bring a bag of goodies for inviting
Please
us down.
don't.
Oh no.
He might as well just
no.
yell out, "Cream pie Jenkins!"
You know that's his name in my phone. Damn it. God damn it.
Keep your fingers out of my pockets, Norris.
There you go.
It was so close.
Definitely don't want one of your cream pies.
I do not consent, Norris.
Nobody fucking
don't
gets to make that
consent, no.
decision. You just get with it.
Hey.
There you go.
I want to listen to it too. I blame the bakery.
There you are.
I did not consent, Norris.
That makes it better.
That joke was
You give me one, you're running up chili ads, so you know the drill.
Leo.
What? What?
Cream pie is a little salty.
What did he say?
It's got a
Oh, what
cracked
did he
caramel salt drizzle on the top, y'all.
It tastes a bit like Xavier.
Oh. Okay. Don't ask.
Oh, I'm just gonna jump.
We know what you've been doing.
So, said you had some questions?
Yep, we're just getting going.
Do I got like 4 minutes?
Yeah, we can give you 4 minutes.
Listen, I want to say I love you guys' podcast. I listen to it every time I'm in the cruiser, by the way.
Well, that's Xavier's baby. We're newbies, but I'm sure he's pleased to hear that.
Xavier, I'm a big fan of you, brother. I really am a big fan. I always wanted to meet you, but I understand. I'm just a peasant. I'll let you do your thing.
You're not a peasant, you're a
I
master.
don't know how to fucking say
Oh, that's
anything to
right.
that.
So
What the
you
fuck you want me to say to
What
that?
kind of confidence is that?
Yeah, you're right, Commissioner. I just want to say I'm a big fan of you, sir.
Appreciate you.
Thank you for what you do. You give me inspiration in life.
God.
I'll do my duty, sir. Sorry, Commissioner. I had to shoot my shot.
Fangirl.
Oh, you shooting your shot.
Yes, sorry, sir.
All right, everyone. Thanks for stopping on out. Thanks for listening.
Actual humor of it is horrible.
That was the wrong play button. All right, everybody. Thanks again for everybody for listening in and tuning in. This is Xavier Guile for Next Up. As all you know, we had our previous podcast show last week, but I got some special guests with me today. Today, I got some co-hosts with me. I got the one, the only artist with me today.
What is up? What is up, Los Santos? Los Santos, it is artist, the artist Vandalay in the house with Rockford Records. I'm gonna be repping Rockford to the fullest.
And then we got our own boy also here with us, the Rooster himself.
That's right, Los Santos resident loudmouth and jackass. Also, I own the Cyber Bar, but I'm really known for being a loudmouth and a jackass.
That's awesome. We're the three of us together. We make Next Up today. We have ourselves with us today, a very, very special guest with us today. He is also going to be joining us and answering several questions that you, the community, have asked us to ask him. It's the one and only Commissioner AJ. AJ, thanks for joining us today.
My pleasure. Thankful to be on the show.
AJ, appreciate it. We also have Mr. Norris, correct, with us today. I do believe, what is it, Master Sergeant Norris with us today?
Master Sergeant Norris.
He's joining us with us today, of course, and then we also have guests with us today, Leo, Vic, and Alex with us today. Hey, you three.
Hey yo.
Appreciate everybody being on out here today. Again, thanks again, Mr. Commissioner AJ, for coming on out for us and agreeing to all this on honestly such a short notice.
No, absolutely. I am thankful to be able to do something like this and try something new.
All right, you want us just to jump right into it and hammer you with this stuff, or do you want to just shoot the
Jump
shit
right
for a little
hammer in it. Okay, it's gonna be one of those, huh?
bit? Well, honestly, we have a lot of concerned citizens out there today, especially with one of the things being police aggression is being one of them. You know, a lot of people have noticed that officers are being very, very extremely aggressive, and instead of de-escalating situations on a lot of things, they're escalating situations.
Okay, got any examples for me to go off?
A couple of
example.
viewers didn't list any examples. Artists, did you hear anything?
Yeah, I got an example. So I'm new to Los Santos. Everybody knows I'm new. I was just basically going to my apartment. I live in Integrity, and I just happened to look in the street and I see at least 5 cars pull over an Audi earlier last week, and you guys came out with the long guns. I don't know what happened prior to that, but it seems like it escalated pretty quick.
Generally, if you're gonna see many officers like that, especially 5 cars and coming out with stuff like that, it's generally a high-valued suspect that has been very hostile towards cops, and meaning that putting cops either in hospitals, shootouts and whatnot. So once we locate this person, one of their vehicles, we do a certain stop that requires that sort of presence and response due to the aggression of the suspect. So it's for the safety of us.
Okay, I got you. Well, like I said, I didn't see what happened in the before that. I kind of caught it maybe in the middle, but just from my point of view, it just looked like it escalated pretty quick. But again, like I said, I didn't see the beginning of it. So
Yeah, there's always a reason for something like that.
I got you.
Rooster, how about yourself? Have you gotten any examples on that with them?
Well, police aggression, it's a weird topic for me because we were talking about this before we got started, and I'm at the risk of getting branded a rat even further. I want to play devil's advocate here. I get that the cops are hostile, but I've seen it in my own bar where for no reason whatsoever other than the fact that they're wearing a fucking badge, the citizens themselves give them shit. Like, I'm sorry, I don't care if I'm wearing a gun and a badge or not. If you talk shit to me, we gonna have problems later on, I'm sure.
Well, the big thing is not taking things personally. People are going to have an attitude towards a uniformed officer regardless, and that's part of the job, and you understand that when you sign up for it. But that's where communication skills and interpersonal skills come in really big handy.
Well, I will say that I don't know if since the merger, some of your numbers have cycled. If you've had a bit of an turnover. But I have seen some officers that their verbal and communication skills, they should go back to grade school and have to raise their hand before they speak.
And always feel free to put in a complaint if you have that officer's name, so that way we can settle it on our end. Because every officer is held accountable, and we try to keep the, stuff on lockdown. Like if somebody's not being professional, then they don't need to be out patrolling.
Yeah, I've not seen any aggression in my bar really, and I don't leave much. So,
and with that being said, it takes all types of people to make a department, a police department. If we're all the same, it's not going to be very unique in terms of interaction out there.
I kind of don't want
and
unique
whatnot.
when it comes to interpreting the law.
Well, there's a basis of a law, yes, but in terms of personality, we're all different. So you may have someone that may sound more aggressive or more blunt, but in reality, that's just who they are. Well, you might have someone that's more Norris's type, charisma, but he still knows the law. It's just there's different ways of people on how us as officers speak. And with that being said, I do think that more people need to give some of these troopers chances. Anyone that knows me, I know I've talked to Victor a few times, whatnot. I'm very open to any sort of conversations, stuff like that, and to build that relationship. And I do notice when I show up on scenes or watching an interaction of a trooper pull someone over, and I'll pull behind them just to listen, and it seems like there are situations where they are being mistreated for no reason. And I think that if people take the time to actually get to know troopers and whatnot, it will improve the interaction for people, and this aggressive nature won't be as common as it is.
You might be right. That's one of the reasons why the bar there is we try to be welcoming to everybody. You know, we realize that if you get to know each other, you end up finding out more similarities than differences.
Hold on. So I wanna just. I mean, there's a reason, and like everybody know, especially if you got brown skin, everybody know there's a reason why during a police what do you would call it, a police interaction, police interaction, why someone may feel like they're either being targeted. It's not because of that very instance, but instances prior. So, I mean, yes, maybe in some situations someone goes overboard during their interaction, but there's a reason for it.
I will say there's a lot of assuming that happens in terms of people think they're being targeted or whatnot. And if someone does feel that way, my duty here is for you to send a complaint. I will sit down with you in my office, we'll go over everything, and I will look into it if you feel that way. Instead of being hostile towards the trooper, because that could affect you, obviously, and make things a lot more complicated. Take as many notes as you can, and while that interaction's going on, pull out a notepad, your phone, whatnot, write some stuff down. Hang on, and then contact me.
Definitely get their name and badge number.
Right.
Hold
But
on.
like, go ahead. Go ahead.
I just got to ask this, Commissioner.
Yeah.
If you're in your civvies, right? You're not on duty. You're out, and maybe you've got a wife or a girlfriend or a boyfriend or whatever, and you're out on a date, or you're just out having a decent time by yourself, and somebody comes and slaps their dick across your face. Figuratively, of course, but that's essentially what's going on, right? It's a cock measuring contest every police interaction. If someone came out and slapped their dick across your face, you mean to tell me you're going to sit there and take notes, go home and file a report afterwards?
It's called, well, technically for me, yes.
Yeah.
I have to do it with people that are extremely hostile to me if I do a traffic stop for no reason. I'm not going to snoop down or change my level of professionalism.
No, I'm talking if you're in a civilian situation.
I would do the same thing. It's how I was born and raised.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to try to escalate the situation and possibly put myself in danger or anything like that.
I would take care of it in means of other ways, like following this structure.
It absolutely hurts your pride. It makes
is.
you upset. But going down to the office, turning that information in, and finding out that they were penalized for it or possibly even lost their job, then I know that the streets are safer from that one individual.
Yep. Okay. Too many people react quicker than they do think about the long-term picture, including troopers, and that is a punishment that I've had to give out too many times. Is you're reacting over thinking of the whole situation. Stop focusing on just that one moment or word and focus on the outcome of what you're trying to get to. There's a goal at the end of the day. If you're pulling a traffic stop, your goal is to make sure they don't do that same thing again, not to write a ticket. But if someone's being hostile, don't focus on them being, using words that might affect you, even though they shouldn't, because as officers, we need to have thicker skin. But at the end of the day, what they need to realize is you're doing your job. All you're doing is trying to get them to not do that same thing again.
And every step towards your ultimate goal is a step in the right direction.
Yep.
So I can leave you with the words of wisdom.
If you're talking, you basically want to nip any aggression in the bud, right? You're trying to be professional. So in the spirit of nipping it in the bud, is that why we're seeing more cops brandishing heavy machinery at citizens?
So going off what I said earlier, Mr. Rooster, that basically, if we're having heavy weapons out, there was already a situation for that to be out. There's a reason. We don't just pull heavy machinery out for no reason. Insane citizens is going to be invalid there when they are a suspect that is wanted. That is why that's happening. So no, they're not technically a good, normal, standing, citizen. This is a person that has actively shot at cops and has gotten away, and we had their plate, their vehicle, whatnot, and we found them. We're going to pull out our weapons due to that nature for our safety and the safety of the people in the surrounding areas.
Yeah, if we have multiple situations with them where they've pulled out an automatic pistol or a rifle of their own, then we know that we have to match force with force.
Yep.
May I cut in for just a moment?
Absolutely.
Okay, so you're talking about in situations where there's somebody who is wanted, there's been aggression towards you. What about in normal day-to-day situations? Because I've been bartending and had officers like talking in the corner and their guns come out. And there's nothing, there's no aggression, nothing, and there's just guns coming out, like full heavy artillery, like off their back and out of their pocket.
Well, that's just a separate issue. If they're just standing in a corner talking to each other, showing each other
Not
weapons,
to each other.
Who are they
I'm
talking to
talking
then?
like with patrons around and other patrons, because we have a lot of PD that comes through the bar. You know that. And
Yeah.
it's been a situation before where they'll be talking to a civilian and then guns just come.
Do you think that maybe when they're talking to that civilian, maybe they ask to see the weapon, what a PDAR looks like?
I can hear the conversations, and it's not those.
So do you want to give me more context then, ma'am? Because you seem like you're pushing in a direction without giving me the full story. So what was the conversation?
So, from the only way I can say it without giving names, there was an officer and a civilian having a conversation on the south end of the bar. They were standing just about 5 feet away from the register, and they were talking, and they were joking. Oh my god. Okay. And they were just having a conversation. And the cop just out and pulls his gun out in the middle of the conversation. And the civilian automatically was, whoa, 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 and backed up. And then once he backed up, he put it away and then walked away.
So was there a heated conversation?
No.
Was the weapon aimed at the individual?
No, but it did
Isn't
feel...
that brandishing?
but does
Yeah,
does it have to be though? Does it have to be
that's the
aimed at
thing.
it? The threat
Well,
as soon
again,
as you
we
take it
don't
out.
have any context on exactly what they were talking about. Their
It was
previous
a normal
experience
day-to-day
with each other.
conversation. Of,
Yeah, but
how
where
was
does
your
brandishing
day?
a
So
weapon
was it
stop?
like, oh, hey, how are you, sir? Do you like Apple Jacks? No. Or, I need a little bit more context here.
I mean,
I
So
think
right
in a
now,
bar setting, and if it's just a conversation, there's no point to brandishing anything at that point because it's just a conversation, it's just a talk. It's right now. If I'm talking to you, it's nothing I could say to you just verbally for you to pull out a pistol.
so
Not unless it was,
right now,
I'm going to shoot you with a gun.
yeah, right now what I'm hearing is he said, she said situation, which happens all the time. I don't have enough context. Just saying a normal conversation, as much as I believe you, ma'am, I don't know this statement from a trooper.
Call 911.
Yeah,
Try to turn on
that's
some
exactly.
turn on your phone. Everybody has a cell phone on them. Turn on your phone, start recording the situation. We need evidence just as much as we need to convict somebody. To convict an officer, we need the same thing. We need some kind of evidence.
But if
We
an
want
officer,
to fix the situation, though.
yes, but if another trooper does at some point, and you hear the whole conversation, do it out of nowhere for no reason, and they don't apologize for immediately saying they had a spasm or something like that, then yes, come report it. It's simple. But in that situation you're describing, you can't give me the exact context of what was said. Saying a normal conversation doesn't give me enough. It seems like a he said, she said situation. So I'm not going to speak to it. I can only speak to it if I know the full story. But there are going to be moments, and it will happen. It's just the nature of being a trooper or just anything, that this could happen again. And if it does, and you hear it all, whatnot, please, by all means, report it.
So, at what point will we see the rifles that are on every trooper's backs, the vests that you guys have on? When will we see that point where it will no longer be a normal situation, where it will be just a normal police outfit? Because a lot of people, and we've talked to several of them, mentioned how they feel honestly intimidated and scared because you guys have these such heavy equipment on you guys 24/7. They feel like you guys are turning into a personal army.
Well, we all know what's
Uh,
going on in the city at this time with this active
Right.
terrorist.
We're
So
constantly
and
being
we'll hit
they're
on
targeted by
him a
a
always
little
going
terrorist
to
bit.
have
organization.
that
Yeah.
kind of weaponry. And two, besides the terrorist group, we have noticed certain groups also pulling out more highly automatic weapons that have been affecting officers. While we have been standing here, there was just an active shootout, and I will just be very transparent with that with Class 3 automatic weapons. So if that tells you something, that
Jesus.
it is becoming an issue that we are trying to track down where these imports of illegal weapons are coming in from. We have a few leads, but they're getting in, and we are working on it. So officers are going to be more strapped for our safety and the safety of citizens in the surrounding area.
Let me kind of pull the reins back a little bit, and because you brought it up, what are you guys actively doing like right now to combat violence in the streets and people like you just mentioned, the active shootout? What are you guys doing?
So
Police
instead of
presence
go for
and
it.
investigations are always key to these kind of situations. More police presence creates less opportunities for a would-be criminal to start acting up in a public area like cyber bar or something. If there's two cops sitting over in the corner, they're less likely to take out a firearm, hold you up, and rob you of your money.
Victor James was shot down in my alley last night.
Yeah.
How many
I was
cops were standing
kidnapped
there?
yesterday. I was
Two
literally
cops
kidnapped
showed up.
yesterday.
I actually was there when you were kidnapped.
Yeah.
You remember? I came up, I saved you. I was the one who walked you out.
Yeah, but I mean,
And you're here to do a podcast today.
I definitely am, and I appreciate everything. And to be
I
honest,
also took a bullet to my rib cage, which thankfully my vest was on, and I was protected from that. Do you remember that as well?
I definitely remember that. And for my part, my interactions with the police since I've been here in Los Santos have been good. They've been good interactions every time. But my problem is there's just been so many so many interactions. I've been kidnapped twice being in Los Santos, and I've been here for not even 3 weeks. That's a problem.
That is an absolute
The
problem.
fact that
and unfortunately, we are not omnipresent. We can't be everywhere at every time, but we will.
How
do our
many
due
kidnappings
diligence.
a month is acceptable? Like, how many kidnappings a year are we talking that are acceptable?
So let's kind of talk about this question, right? So kidnapping, right? That's not something that's easily avoidable. An officer can't be standing around every single citizen, whatnot, 24/7 to protect them. If you get kidnapped in an area where it's private, there's no cop, they roll up to you, that's not really. Yes, it is a PD issue in terms of we need to start finding these people, and when we do, they need to be put away for longer when we do get them. But in terms of being kidnapped, that's not an SASP blame itself. We do what we can, but we can't sit and babysit every citizen in the city. We're not going to have officers sit 24/7 at Cyberbar, Rockford Records, stuff like that. People need to understand that the city and all the county up north is a very big area that we have to cover. And there's a lot that goes on. So the example is your situation. You only had 2 officers in that area. There could have been 8 other officers dealing with a different scene that were stuck on that one, but they needed to get to that scene as well. So they took a high ranking as Norris and someone else there to see what they can do. There's going to be situations where we can't respond in full force because they're dealing with something else. And this goes back to what I said earlier, though, is assuming. And that is still a common issue. People assume, why aren't the cops doing this? Why aren't they doing that? Without noticing that they do a hell of a lot of things at all times.
All right, so it sounds like you're saying you can't be everywhere at the same time, which to me sounds like kind of like a canned response, because basically you're saying, hey, there's a good chance you may get kidnapped. And to me, like I said, it's unacceptable. Like, I mean, this is a major city. And
So I'll tell you what,
it's just happening way too much. And it's just not kidnappings, this is shootings.
If you
I
were a
was
law
kidnapped
enforcement
in broad
officer,
daylight, right
if
out
you were
in
a
the
law
public.
enforcement officer, what would you do to prevent people from being kidnapped? Let me hear your plan.
I don't know. I'm not a law enforcement officer. You are. That's why we're asking the question.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'd
Mhm.
offer the hostage takers more than a bowl of fucking pond soup.
Hey, pond
That-
soup is a rare thing nowadays.
Yeah, but that I didn't know that, and you just told me my life is worth $300 in a fucking soup.
No, it's not.
No,
I didn't say
yeah.
that.
It's
I
not.
mean,
So,
I'm glad that
we
was not put
have
words in someone's mouth.
successfully our
I
track
didn't say you
record.
said it, AJ.
oh, he said you.
Our track record has shown across the board that we have always almost I would say 99.9% of the time been able to rescue the hostage with minimal
Thank
retaliation.
God I'm not the
or
1%
casualties.
there.
Yeah, I think fuck on that
I
one.
can't even tell you the last time that has happened where a hostage was injured.
Yeah,
That's how effective these troopers
yeah.
are. But as stated, you're saying that it's a can't answer. I don't know what to tell you in terms of how can we watch everyone 24/7.
I
We
mean,
could
okay.
have
Can
we
you
could have two
hire more
cops at the
troops?
beach.
Yeah.
We have
We
a
have been
lot.
actively hiring troops. Yeah.
Okay, well,
But-
I mean, well, that's an answer that you could have said
Yeah.
that. So, are you actively hiring more troops?
Always.
Are there any plans to like
Yep.
additional training to kind of prevent stuff like this?
We
Like,
hold a special training camp
Okay,
as often as we can to go through every situation that these troopers might come into, so that way we can do mock-up scenarios of like felony stops and hostage situations, etc., so that way they are well versed in what to do and the steps that we've taken that have worked successfully in the past.
And
so
then
I
what
think
about
that's what you guys need to be telling the public. That right there, what you just said. So I think it's not so much. I think it's like more of like a
You got terrible PR.
yes. It's breakdown of communication between law enforcement.
You
in
say
this- in
terrible
this city.
PR. We
Hang
are
on.
cops. We have the
Yeah,
worst
hang
PR.
on. Hang on. I'm being transparent with my answer. We're
Mhm.
hiring, we're doing all that stuff.
But you're not telling.
We can't always. I am telling the truth. We can't.
No. I know
always-
you are. I'm just saying you're not
Oh.
telling the public that. You're not telling the city that. They don't know. I mean,
Yeah, public
obviously, you could tell by the
relations is just
questions that we're getting.
Atrocious.
Yeah.
Like
We
I said,
can't
my
always-
interactions with the police have been great. That's not what I'm hearing from the public. Unfortunately, I've only been here a few weeks. But what I'm hearing from people who live here are totally different interactions, and they're the way they view the law enforcement in Los
right.
Angeles.
in regards to this, these interactions, when like the last public speaking with the public was with what was it, like a week or two ago?
Yep,
No
I
one's
held
really
that.
been able to really vent these frustrations out with you guys. And a lot of people, from what we've heard, they are extremely scared to talk to you guys because that they possibly could be arrested. Like, oh, wait a minute, like you were the guy 60 days ago that ran from us at 180 miles an hour. Like, yeah, you're under arrest, kind of thing. So a lot of this we've noticed is unfortunately a lot of frustration that the public has had with law enforcement in general. But
Well, I mean, if you're committing crimes and then you also, in the same breath, would like to come down to the police station to vent your frustrations about us not solving crimes, don't know what to do to help you there. If you're
something
actively seeking to break the law, you reap what you sow.
something that I'm glad that you brought up is with the crime thing, though. What about someone who wants to actually join the SASP now? I do believe is what it is, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. What about somebody who wants to join the SASP, but unfortunately, say they discharge their firearm, or
Happy you asked that question. We have a new expungement program moving
Yep.
forward where people will be able to come down and take part in a class. We won't provide all the details right now because we're still working out the finer kinks, but you'll be able to come down and possibly have your record expunged so that way you can start turning over a new leaf and moving forward with a clean slate.
Wait, do we even have a judge?
We do.
We do.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I didn't even
So-
know we had a judge, honestly.
Yeah, we
He's
have
a very
judge.
quiet man. He's great, but he's very shy.
We're also actively seeking
You might want to
having
get some more
new
judges.
some new
Yeah, we're
lawyers flying into the city, so that way you'll be better protected and We'll be better protected overall,
And better represented in a court.
better represented. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's
anyways-
all greatly positive things, honestly. Like
But to
it's
go
great
back-
to hear that we're
Oh, sorry.
that we're gonna have that ability to personally expunge our records. But since when we're on the conversation about expunging records and going on a new leaf and a new motive of way of things, let's say someone gets the record clean. How long do they have to wait before, if say for example, they get charged with a felony offense that then suddenly it comes back?
Well, if they get charged with a felony after becoming a law enforcement officer, I mean,
I'm not talking just like a law enforcement officer, but I'm talking like if somebody got the record, is it just those who are applying to become officers that can get the record expunged, or
No,
everyone?
so
anyone
no,
can.
anybody
No,
can
anyone
get
can.
their record expunged, but you're going to have a certain period of time where you haven't gotten in trouble and gotten a felony or multiple misdemeanors, etc. Misdemeanor.
So they have to prove
happens.
themselves like within a
But you
certain
have
like
to
amount
prove
of
that you're
time.
willing to turn over a new leaf to be able to get your record expunged. And then if they were to get a felony the following day, that felony is going on their record. We're not bringing up everything that they ever had and putting it back on their record, if that's what you're asking.
Yeah, okay, and that's something that honestly we had a couple people
Those
asking
records
about
will
that.
be sealed, yes.
Okay, awesome. That's great to hear, honestly. So that's something for people to keep in mind listening in. If you want to turn a new leaf, you want to be the change that you want to see in the city, there's the chance right there to do it.
Well, a little Gandhi quote. There you go.
Yep.
But I want to talk about too as well with these recent Oni attacks. Now I mentioned this briefly last week. One of your officers, unfortunately, when he stepped outside, he was shot, and I do believe it was almost fatally killed by this Oni when he walked out. Do you have any status update on that officer?
He is still in critical care. He is going through rehabilitation and small surgeries here and there.
Oh my goodness.
He's hopefully going to make a full recovery, but it was a large caliber rifle shot to the upper chest, narrowly missing his heart.
Jesus.
Now, so what are you guys doing because of this? And
So
public
we
thing-
can't
in
give
response
out
to
too many
that.
details, especially over a live radio show, for fear of them listening. Because as we see, they're also on Twitter, etc. But we have a multitude of teams and special investigation teams that are working to bring this to a close, and
Gotcha.
hopefully
but you have to
sooner
tell the
rather than
public
later.
something. You have to tell the public something because
I can
they-
tell
thing
you-
is, I applied for some new equipment for the PD to help combat them a little better tracking
Okay.
abilities.
Is
So
there
in
anything you-
response
that
to
was-
these recent
that was
attacks,
a,
the SASP is getting new equipment that's going to be better to handle the situation.
Yes.
and
Okay.
a little bit more leniency on the citizens of Los Santos.
I'm glad that you
being able to
brought that
protect
up
themselves.
because I do remember hearing several people mentioning that with the leniency towards weapons that are not available in ammunition. So a couple people brought a couple of these questions up, and I kind of just want to hit you just a little bit on it. What's allowed and what's not? Like, what would you consider the leniency? Like, is there a limit that somebody, say, for example, you're saying automatic pistols, right? Is there a limit to what someone can have? Can they have like an AK or, heaven forbid, a rocket launcher or a minigun?
Those are all illegal
Illegal.
firearms,
Yeah.
regardless. What we're saying is that there's going to be a little leniency when it comes to people who are scared for their lives and they had a weapon on them, say they have a pistol on them, and they previously lost their weapons permit.
Okay.
They're not going to get the book thrown at them if
And
they're in
then-
a situation where they had to defend their lives or they defended somebody else's life.
I got a question. What about businesses? Are businesses allowed to have something? Because, like, I'm gonna be honest with you. I've got my weapons license. I've got a weapon. I've got a legal legally under the law is woefully inadequate. When you
Mr.
think
Rooster,
about
could
the
you
fact
repeat
that I'm-
all that? Unfortunately, your voice
you were
box
breaking
cut.
up, Rooster.
Yeah, go ahead and re-say all that.
Okay, so as a business owner, right? I've got a legal firearm.
Technical
That's gonna
difficulties
come
with
in.
Mr. Rooster here.
Oh, fuck.
So basically, what he's trying to say is, as a business owner, my pistol isn't enough every time I get 4 or 5 guys with automatic
Right.
weapons outside my door to protect myself. Is there a way that business owners are going to be able to have larger firearms?
So, with that being said, I have started a conversation with the judge about PD supplying a shotgun, because shotguns are technically illegal, some of these bigger ones, to business owners that will be registered under that business owner name. But if that shotgun's seen outside that area, that business, it's an issue.
It needs to
But
be
in
locked and
terms-
kept inside
yes.
that business. If it is caught on them outside of the premises, then they will be reprimanded.
Charged,
So then
yes.
places like
Much better.
Cyberbar can register a shotgun with the
A
PD.
PD supplied, yes, it will be a
Correct.
serial number that we give, and we give them that weapon, and that is for them to keep underneath their bar in case of an emergency. Let's say one of those high-valued suspects walk in with automatics and they feel the need to defend themselves. They're able to with a weapon that can do a little more than just put one hole in someone.
Is
And
there
that
going to be a
will
limit
include
on
an
how many
advanced-
shotguns a business can register?
One.
One per business.
Because that
So if I have-
eliminates the liability and the chance.
If I have 3 people working the bar, only one of us is going to be able to.
One of you
grab
will have a
that weapon.
shotgun, and the other 2, 3 of
necessarily.
you should have a pistol, or possibly
Yeah.
more, depending on the situation. The
Yep,
frequency
and
of
then
crime in your establishment.
Yeah. Around, so while they're in the bar.
Yeah,
I don't know if my issues are fixed, but that's not too far off from what I was thinking. Anyways, I would suggest maybe I don't know how to. I've got ideas, but I don't know if I want to speak them just yet. But I will, Commissioner, if you're willing to hear them later on once I get them fully together, I will talk to you about it.
Absolutely.
And there's always room to improve that situation. This is just plans that we have thought current. If the need for larger caliber rifles or anything becomes apparent, then we would have to do advanced weapon training courses and advanced weapon licenses for those people.
Okay.
And it would be an easy task.
Yeah,
That
it
honestly
would
sounds like a
be-
better option than just one shotgun for a business. I mean, because most businesses have probably close to 5 to maybe 5 between 5 to 10 citizens underneath their wing. You know, so one
comes
shotgun
down to
between
like
10
how
people.
many of those 5 to 10 citizens also have a criminal?
See, that we can't speak for every business, or nor can
Exactly.
we
So
speak for
we
everyone.
can't control that. And now all of a sudden you have a high-powered rifle in your business where 5 or 10 citizens could possibly have access to or take advantage of the fact
Yep.
that you have that. So
That's more of a
think
liability,
ahead.
having a
And then
rifle.
it's also falls back on us. How did you get this weapon? It was, back on us. So we need to take it in baby steps, see what you guys can handle, see what we can trust you with, just like anything else.
Okay.
I mean,
so,
I will just be transparent here. There will be not a rifle given out, because if a rifle is given, and obviously people are going to know this, hopefully they don't, but people talk, and they're going to come and obviously take it, and that becomes a liability issue. And then we're not, and you're just going to come back to us say, hey, can I get another rifle? No. The reason why the shotgun is, it's less of a liability for us than an automatic weapon.
Okay. Will we eventually see where like places like ammunition will be allowed to sell like shotguns to citizens in general, or will that never?
I
be
would
a thing?
say if enough people maybe get together and complain to City Hall, that might work out. The judge may be a little more lenient. So
Right, because I'll be the first to say for everyone here that when it comes to legal weapon choices, we are slim to none, and having a shotgun by my
Small
side,
hunting
honestly,
rifle.
Yeah, good old hunting rifle would be a good.
That damn musket is bullshit. But like, I want my hunting rifle back that I used to have.
I want to kind of go back to the whole Oni thing. Okay, and I guess for is it's coming to an end.
Me or people have an issue speaking.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
I'm hearing a lot of
chops.
issues.
You guys can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear
Yeah.
you now.
Okay, sorry about that. No, I want to kind of go back to the whole Oni thing, the Oni issue. Is any assurances you give the public that
Assurance to the public of what now, artist? You
the Oni situation is coming to an
I
end?
mean, we can't assure you that the terrorists are not going to attack their terrorists. That's what they do. But I can tell you that I'd say, without giving anything,
So
that
just-
regardless, this will be coming to an end soon.
Okay, all right,
That's all we need.
yeah.
And so, I kind of wanted to touch on this a little bit too, with the public's opinion. A couple of citizens have brought up like an interesting poll to us, and we started asking a couple of people about it. We asked citizens what their opinion was. If you were in a situation where it is unfortunate, it does unfortunately happen, but if you were in a shootout with officers and you had to down officers, what would be the last officer you'd ever have to shoot? Based upon that poll, looks like Mr. Norris here, you took a solid second, and Jesse took first with that one. Is that just due to relations that?
Could you repeat it again? I'm sorry. I didn't
Yeah,
So-
I'm a little confused with the question.
So it's more of a poll notification for you guys. So we did a poll with citizens of Los Santos. We asked them. Someone brought it up to us earlier, and we felt like that was kind of a good question to ask. We asked citizens in Los Santos, like, who, if you had, unfortunately, a situation that happened where you have to down an officer, like a situation where you're trying to run from officers, or potentially you have to defend yourself, what officer would be the least likely to be shot? Which one would you regret having to shoot? Like, you have no hard feelings for if you had to shoot
It's a
them.
crazy question.
And they said,
So, like, who do you not care about
yeah,
shooting?
well,
Is that
No,
what you're
who
saying?
would
just a
you
really
who would you hate
random-
to
Or who
shoot
would
the
you
most?
not want to shoot? Okay.
Who would you hate the most to shoot, to have to shoot? And Jesse was first, and Mr. Norris here, you were second in regards to that. So when it comes to situations like that,
relationships, but I don't understand the question.
it's
Like,
not really
I
a question.
understand the
It was just kind of
question,
a
it's
poll.
It's a very weird poll. I'm just gonna be
It was.
honest.
I'll level with you. It was a weird one when we heard it, but it was kind of interesting to hear people's opinions when it comes to police, because it touches on Norris. You reach out, and Jesse as well reaches out more to the community. Correct?
I mean, I can't speak for Jessie or anything that she does. All I know is that in my personal experience, I try to reach out and be as transparent as possible and kind of do the public relations for the police department when our commissioner is unable to do so. This is all of our community. I took an oath to protect our community. Therefore, I give our community any information that I can and am able to give. And so that way you can be confident that I'm going to protect you, that if you see me out and about and you're in trouble, you can run
Who
to
didn't
me.
turn their ringtone off?
Okay, so that is actually the poll phone here going off. We actually have a person calling in here. Let's just give it a moment here. Looks like they hung up, unfortunately. Oh no, never mind. They are still on the line here. Let's just put them on here real quick. Hello, citizen of Los Santos.
Hey.
You are live with us here at Next Up. Everybody can hear her, I do believe.
Hey, so I'm listening in, and I'm just curious, if he's really worried about community outreach, then what does he have to say about the fact that he's giving people cream pies without consent?
I would absolutely love to
Unfortunately, is
answer
his
this question.
Community outreach.
All right, Norris, let's hear it.
So I've partnered with a local bakery that donates 89% of their profits to small kittens with diseases. And I make sure I purchase as many cream pies as possible, and I give them out to the public. They are a delicious, light, fluffy donut that have a caramel glaze on the top. You're more than welcome to have one anytime you see me. Just ask. Thank you, caller.
You're aware that a cream pie is not a donut, right?
It is a donut.
It's not a donut.
It
A
is
rim
a
shot
donut.
is a
Where-
donut, and you
Where-
hand those out.
It is a donut that is
Yikes.
shaped like a piece of pie. I can absolutely show you if you'd like to try one.
You're a donut.
I'm serious. Here, look.
I mean,
here.
he
Sir,
is
sir,
he's
sir,
an
right here.
officer, so
Sir, go ahead and try one of these cream pies.
all
Let
right.
me
go
watch
ahead.
you eat.
Please
Let's
stop
watch you eat
cream-pieing the
this.
studio.
Okay. So I was illegally forced. Had cream pie on me. I'm gonna eat the cream pie. I'll give you guys.
Everybody, look at his hands. Tell me what
Okay.
is this?
All right, let's see it. Go ahead,
I'm
artist.
about
What
to-
you got?
I'm about to eat the cream pie. I'll give my
Mhm.
results afterward.
Oh, is that a donut in his hand? Look at that. Well, sir or madam, that is 100% evidence that is a light and fluffy, delicious donut
All right.
shaped
So,
like a piece of pie.
It was a little on the crusty side. A little bit too crusty.
It's been in
for
your
me.
pocket for a while, but yeah.
No,
Yeah,
Norris
yeah.
is getting
Put it in your
older.
pocket.
I buy them fresh every
So
day.
he's giving old cream pies to people.
Yeah, apparently. Yeah. Trust the old
An
cream
old
pies.
cream pie.
He's non-consensually giving old cream pies to people.
Crusty
All
old
the
cream
time.
pies.
All-
Yep.
There's nothing wrong with little seasoning.
That's right.
Oh.
Oh my
That's
god.
all the
Ugh.
seasoning we
I just
wanted
threw
there.
up in my mouth a little bit on that.
Listen,
Ugh.
everybody has a call sign. Mine's cream pies. Get over it.
No, that is not your call sign.
That's my call sign.
Yeah, but it
No.
ain't because of what you hand out.
300 cream pie. That's my badge number.
All
right,
right,
we're gonna do
Colin, do you
another
have anything
poll.
else you'd like to
All right,
add?
now we're doing another poll
that's
here. What's
funny.
Norris's new call sign?
Ooh.
They get to pick his number.
Oh.
I
Yeah,
don't
what's
like
his
it.
number, caller? What would you like to
No.
set as Norris's number?
Yeah, what would has to start with 3.
That's to start with a 3.
369 damn near fine. That's fine.
Oh no.
Thank you, ma'am.
No.
Oh God, no. I'm gonna leave that up to you guys.
304 because it spells hoe backwards.
You guys have a great one.
Oh my god.
All
There it
right,
is. You're 304 for 1 week, Norris.
Oh snap!
You're the hoe.
That didn't go as planned.
Oh god.
And it looks like he's pulling a tablet out. He must be setting it right now
Steph
Yeah.
is
as
setting
an
his new
official
call
number.
sign for 1 week.
For 1 week, he's got to be
My
that
new
number.
number is 304.
Citizens of Los Santos, I urge you every time you see Master Sergeant Norris to start singing "Use a Hoe" for the next week.
All right,
And I
hell yeah.
guarantee you will
Well, if
win
you're
a
gonna be
free
singing
cream pie.
that, then these yeah, I was
Officer
gonna
Ho.
say the cream pies wouldn't make sense to be spoken about. He's just gonna start doing.
I also have sugar-free options for anybody who's diabetic. I can also give you a money shot.
Gluten-free?
Delicious
Fuck.
cheeseburger.
You've been doing okay. So I've been standing at the bar and you've literally walked up and put both a cream pie and a money shot in my pocket without me having any consent towards the situation.
This man
Ma'am,
found
are
me
we
down
still
at the
friends?
mines.
Are we
feel
still
like
friends?
that's-
Answer the
I feel
question,
like
yes
that's
or
a
no.
loaded question,
Are we still friends?
Norris, I hope you know you're literally listed as that in my phone.
How are we still friends?
I'm not answering that.
Yes or no question, ma'am.
I'm not answering that, and I don't have to.
That's fine.
All
see you on
right.
Friday
We have
for
a
my free
guest
coffee
here
and
with
donut.
us
I'll
that's
give
just
you-
sitting outside of the studio. Oh, wait, we got another call coming in from a private number. Let's see if we can get them. Oh, never mind.
No, my privates
I
aren't
guess they
calling.
decided to hang up. Well, we'll give them a quick moment here. Maybe they'll call right back. If you're listening in live right now, we do have an open mic available. When you dial the number that's listed on the Yellow Pages app, you're allowed to give your 2 cents to these
Call in.
officers. This is your chance.
All in.
You know, we just had an anonymous caller just recently call asking about the cream pie situation with Mr. Norris here. So go ahead and call away.
Oh,
Wrap it up here in a few. We got some stuff to do. So
Yeah.
Okay, looks like we got a caller coming in right now, actually. Let's see here. Caller, you are live here with us on Rockford Records.
Hello.
Next up. There you go. You are live. Everybody can hear you now. Go ahead.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I'm just wondering why Commissioner AJ is losing a really bad hairline that he's enduring right now in his lifetime.
Wow.
all right,
Okay, that's funny.
we're doing another poll.
It's anonymous. My name is not Jonathan Krug. Thank you so much.
Hang on. Give me
Hey,
one-
Well,
you're the one who
not
just said
Jonathan Krug. I would like you to take
No,
a bit
no,
of
this
your.
is anonymous.
Right.
Oh,
right.
hello, AJ. Excuse me now. Thank you so much. I'm a big fan of you guys. Love you guys. Good shit, Rockford Hills Records. Love you guys so much. I'm gonna get
Rockford-
yelled at now. Goodbye.
Sir, I would
Good
like
luck.
to just send you out a little bit of information.
I'm getting
I think you should take a step out of your own book, you know, and maybe take a step out of your hairline's book and take 2 steps back.
He
Okay.
comes running.
Oh, look, there he is. He's now in.
Another poll. Okay.
All right, let's hear this poll.
Will Krug run up Chiliad tonight or not?
Yes.
No.
Will Krug run up Chiliad?
Will Krug
Never
slowly
actually
walk
make
up
them do
Chiliad?
it.
Yes,
No,
we know.
I'm kidding, I'm
I've dealt with
kidding.
much
But
embarrassment in
We
my
can
life.
change
Prove it.
his call
Body
sign too
cam
for
it.
a week. We can change
All
his
right,
call
yeah,
sign
we can
for
change his call
No,
sign for a week too.
I want body cam footage of Krug barefoot walking up Chiliad.
No.
Oh,
He
that's
hasn't done
mean.
anything for that punishment.
All right, we got
hasn't
our
done
boy here, Noah, here with us right now. He's got a question for us. He's live here in the studio with us. Noah, go ahead and ask away, my
hello.
friend.
Okay, I got a question for these lovely.
Here you go.
He just cream
Okay.
pied
Oh,
Noah.
he gave him a
He
cream
just
pie.
cream pied him. Didn't even give him 5 seconds to
if you're
speak.
gonna give him,
These cream pies are ready to eat for everyone.
Noah, did you
Fair.
consent to that cream pie?
No comment.
Let's not get off track here. Noah, go ahead and ask your
all right,
question.
all right.
I got a very, very, very good question. Let's say, you know, you're just driving, and then, you know, at the same time when you're driving, there's a shootout across the street, and then because you're simply driving there, an officer in his uniform pulls out of a side alley and absolutely starts mag dumping the car that's driving, just because he's driving. What's the reaction to that from the SCSP?
oh, it's terrible.
That's
File a report,
absolutely
apparently.
inappropriate.
Reported,
First
yeah,
of all, you
that's-
cannot
needs to
be
be
shooting
reported.
from your vehicle unless somebody is shooting from their vehicle
Yeah.
at you. And
Yeah.
even then, you should try to escape your vehicle or escape the situation and reapproach. So if anything like that is happening, you need to call 911, try to escape them, make your way towards the police departments. That way we can come out and find out what's going on.
Yeah, and tell me directly because
Absolutely.
that cop won't be around much longer if that happens.
No, not at all.
Because that is not
I'll
acceptable.
keep that in mind as a very good citizen of the city.
Oh, you laughed there at the end. Is it the cream pie going into you or what?
Yeah,
It's delicious, right?
It's lovely.
Light and flaky.
It's
And 89%
very-
of the
it's very
profits go
lovely.
to sick kittens. So
And to kind of bring it back up into here with the officers, we kind of wanted to talk about this recently as well. We've noticed that not only is there mistrust with citizens, but we've also noticed that several officers are showing severe signs of PTSD and severe, as well as severe anxiety and other mental illness. Is there an officer that is certified to help these officers mentally? Is there anything like that available for them in the city? And most importantly, if an officer starts showing these signs of, you know, not only mental issues or mental problems, are they immediately taken care of, discussed, and most importantly, treated fairly?
mental health is largest concern, especially amongst law enforcement officers. If you don't have full mental capacities to be able to deal with situations, you can't be trusted to be on service. So we always take that very seriously. And if anybody needs help or we see that they may need help, we reach out to them immediately and offer, different counseling options. We
I can speak on it more.
Yeah, and he has more information.
Because that's where I come in, right? I don't do much patrolling anymore. It's not my role. Anymore, my role is more focusing on the PD side in terms of troopers, whatnot. So if something comes across my table, which your example or your question actually happened about a month ago, where a trooper reported another trooper didn't seem to be in the best mental state. I talked to that trooper. That's what I gauged from it. Got in contact with EMS just to get them a physical health check to see how they're doing. And then what I do is I have that trooper kind of relax with me for a few days. They'll hang out with me in my office, or they'll drive around with me just to kind of get them to relax a little bit and get that stress off them and see how they're doing. So we do have means of standard operating procedures for a situation like that. So, and I take care of that personally because
is every officer, even if they're not showing signs, evaluated like monthly, weekly, daily?
I mean,
if I see them on duty and I haven't seen them in a while, I make sure to check in with them and how they're doing. Ones I see pretty often talk to me quite frequently, so if they do have an issue, they're pretty open to me about it. But some that I may not see too often due to times they get on duty, I always make sure. I'll pull them aside. Hey, how are you doing? Like an Officer Dylan today, I don't see him too much, and I ask him how he's doing, how he's adapting, how is he feeling. That's something I try to do. So one, troopers feel that the hierarchy or the higher ups of the PD are, one of them, and not just another rank higher up that walks around with a bigger step than they do. And showing that we're a family, we're a brotherhood, sisterhood, because there are females within the department, and showing them that compassion that, hey, it's more than just work for us. We're all here together.
Okay.
So yes.
And then in regards to behavior with the public, we kind of wanted to reach out with this one too with our sponsor Redline. Definitely would highly recommend going down there and getting your repairs from them. But we kind of wanted to touch on that too. We received word from Redline's owner that he had to unfortunately ban one of your officers from his premises because of his behavior. Anything you'd like to comment on that or add on that? Anything that you would like to bring up with that?
I actually talked to. I got it because I know the situation. This was on my plate, and brought to me by the owner of Redline. More in my office. So basically, had a long conversation with him. It comes down to a matter of communication, and that trooper did struggle a bit with communication, which happens. Talked to that trooper. He's been better. I understand why Redline did it, but he also understood that if stuff hits the fan, he's okay with him being in there. It's just a matter of coming in on personal time or just for no reason. He doesn't want it, but he understands his duty and what he does for work. So there is a situation. He's 100% confident in that trooper's skills to help him. And he just wishes that there was more communication. So after that long conversation, we ironed things out. I still said, it's totally fine if you don't want him there. Which for the meantime he won't be, but long term he respects that officer at the same time in terms of what he can do. So
well, that's good to hear that at least the it's been ironed out.
You guys got an officer down out there.
Oh my!
Oh goodness! Wow.
We have an officer that unfortunately has been knocked out due to a spasm muscle. But this gives us a good chance here to mention our sponsor for today.
He went ham on him.
Yeah, that he did. This gives us a
Noble's
chance to mention our
Red
sponsor for the day. That is Redline.
Hello Kitty Band.
Redline Performance.
Left nipple, you should be fine.
That is Redline Performance. Our boys down there, they definitely are top of the line mechanics down there. If you need any repair services or anything like that, do not hesitate to go down. They are based in Little Seoul. We've been down there several times with them. Great guys. Even some of our boys from the studio work with them. They are
down there
top of the line guys. Yeah, Rooster was just down there getting his stuff fixed up. His Bison, I do believe, is what you have.
Yeah, I banged it around again.
You banged it around?
No, Vic is actually the reason that I had to have them work on it. Broke my damn
It's
window.
true.
He broke your window?
Yeah, I made him
I'm
pay
gonna have
for
to
it,
go
too.
yell at the intern now for that one.
Yep. I'm gonna be honest. I'm probably at Redline once or twice a day, just getting some work done on one of my cars. So
I can
those
vouch for that
boys
for
down
sure.
there, they do
I can
great
definitely
work.
vouch for-
If you're listening to this and need some customization, you got a broken window like Rooster, go down to Redline. Those guys are awesome over there.
I have a
Babcock
question as
pays
well.
double.
Go ahead. Ask away, Mr. Norris.
In regards to Rockford Records, I know you have been doing great work with people in the community and their like solo projects and endeavors. I also have a project that I'm working on with you guys.
Oh, he's gonna put it out.
Yeah, I am. I just wanted to check on the status of how it's coming.
Well,
Walk me through the process.
That project, we actually have Leo here. He's one of our guys currently who's working on some of that. He has issued in and gotten all of his stuff taken care of with that. In regards to what you've requested, it is definitely still in the works. We're still trying to get everything established and going. And we will definitely have myself, Vic, or even Leo here contact you in regards to that and get on through. It's not that we definitely have established all that stuff, so we just gotta get a matter of getting everyone back together and getting it going again. We're just waiting on a few minor touches on the.
You'll be giving a little bit more of a specific thing, or you just want to generalize there.
What was that, Leo?
You want me to offer some specifics, or you just want to generalize?
Go ahead and generalize.
Well, do you guys need me for anything else? Because I have stuff to take care of, so it was a pleasure. If not, I enjoyed it.
Awesome. Well, unless if we get another phone call here within the next few moments, I don't see any reason why we need to keep Commissioner AJ here any longer. Definitely appreciate you coming out though like this, and
absolutely,
and
thanks for
agreeing
by.
to such short notice on this too.
Not Krug's gonna call again. Mark my word.
Oh, here we go. We got a caller coming in right now, actually. Hello, caller. You are on Rockford
Hello,
Records.
this is the anonymous caller again. I just wanted to say, Mama, I made it. I'm on Rockford Hills Records. Let's go.
That you are, anonymous caller.
Thank you so much,
you have
sir.
anything-
I'm a fuck. I know, sir. I'm just a really big fan of you, Xander. Like,
Give us a yeehaw.
I watch. I
Noble's
read your
going to
books
tase him.
daily. I listen
on,
to your
here we go.
podcast. You're so inspirational.
there it is.
Ah!
You guys should
Yeah,
make him
I think he got
Octavane.
tased.
I don't
You guys should
think.
make him Octavane.
I saw him walk by with.
You know,
From where I'm standing, I got a good shot of that waiting area.
And this is something that we just
thank you,
got
Noble.
an email about before we let you go, Mr. AJ, on this one. A couple of citizens are concerned about one of the recent officers, Officer Jesse. Is everything okay with her? We have not seen her lately, honestly, even in trooper colors. Is everything all right on that side?
Yeah, sometimes people need a break, and especially her. She's been a part of this department for a long time. She's put many hours in. Sometimes, we get a little tired, and we have some saved up vacation time and PTO where she can enjoy herself a bit and still get, some freedom to.
Was
do what
it
she
her
needs to
choice
do.
to take that time, or was that choice made for her?
That was her choice.
Okay.
This recent time.
Clear her head, right?
Yeah, sometimes we all need it. I talked to her last night. I had a great conversation with her. So.
As long as she's
Again,
okay.
we always make sure that we make sure our fellow officers are okay. And again, mental health is super important. So we got to make sure you get that break time in between. Can't go too hard all the time.
That it
Perkins
is.
is one of the finest troopers we have, and she does a great job.
Gun on me yesterday?
Oh, you heard it here,
Yeah,
folks.
I
Even
don't have
AJ
context for
agrees
that.
with you that Perkins is one of the best officers on the force.
I mean, she's the one you'd be least likely to shoot to.
She was number one. Yeah.
That she was. We also, but this is an interesting one though because it's
AJ didn't
weird that you
answer
bring
that
that up
question.
because we received word from an anonymous source that she was recently fired from the SASP.
Nope.
Nope. That's once again people assuming or saying things
That is
have
hearsay.
Yep. No.
Well, yeah, it was
thing.
said here. Like we just told you it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
That's
Because
slander,
the
defamation
person-
of character, and wrongful accusation.
The person
It's
that does
not
the firing
defamation,
is
nobody pooped.
myself. It's myself or assistant commissioner
That's
are the ones that do
defecation,
the
sir.
firing.
So as far as everybody on the podcast who's listening in and all that live from here, she is still with the SASP and she's not facing any disciplinary action. This vacation time has been of her own volition.
Yeah, she's fine.
Awesome. Go ahead, Rooster.
No, I don't know a goddamn thing. I make that very well known. Just listen to me talk. You know I don't know a thing.
I know.
You heard it here. Even Alex says that she knows. She knows that he knows nothing.
I'm married to him. You think I don't know him better than anybody else does?
That's fair. That's totally fair. All right, Artist, do you have anything for him today?
Not for the commissioner. I do want to talk to Norris.
Have a good night, Commissioner.
And just speak a little bit about the character of this man. Like I said yesterday, I was involved in a hostage situation, and things got intense, very intense, and it seemed to go on forever. And just to smooth everything out, this guy pulls out his guitar, starts playing American Pie. I sing along with him. We had a little kumbaya moment just to calm things down. Yeah, definitely. It was, the cops were singing, I was singing as the hostage, and even the people who held me hostage, they were singing too. We had a little.
It's true. At
concert
first,
there.
he didn't even really want to communicate with me because he was so upset, and by the end of it, he willingly took a cream pie. So.
Careful, buddy.
I'll go on a record. I did not take a cream pie yesterday.
He did.
He's lying.
He did.
Phrasing.
Wait.
He's lying. He's lying.
I just want to say this. Careful, bud. If you're too nice and friendly with them, they label you a rat.
And then I know that we had to let Commissioner AJ go for the time being. I know that he's suffering from severe injuries on the job, especially here. But in regards to female officers, it seems like we only see Jesse. Is there going to be more outreach for female officers? Are you going to offer more bonuses if, say for example, more cadets turn out to be female?
You want a bonus for being a female cop?
Well, I mean, in all honesty, your ratio isn't looking very good here. I mean, isn't it like a 99% male to 1% female force right now?
I believe we have a total of 3 or 4 females on the force. Some of them are on leave of absence currently.
Why are they on leave of absence?
Personal reasons. I
Hashtag me too.
It seems like if there's that many females on the force, but we only see one, and they're on leave
it's
of
not.
absence,
It's not a lot. It was.
And we don't
3,
even see that one anymore on the
The other
force.
2 were part of the Blaine County Sheriff's Office, and we haven't seen them in quite some time. I don't know if anything happened
Okay, so at
to
this
them
point, they're just
specifically.
inactive.
Yeah, they are currently inactive. They're on leave of absence.
So,
You're more than welcome to
Alex,
apply as a female.
Yeah, go ahead and apply. Alex, apply.
There's not going to be an extra benefactor or bonus for you just because you're female. I mean, we're all treated the same.
Of course.
No, but with the low numbers that we see in the city, there should be probably a hiring bonus for anyone that is interested in being a police officer.
Not just the
currently.
female officers, but in
not
general.
just the female.
There's bonuses and incentives in the program for certain goals, aspects, and milestones that you can reach.
How many cream pies you can swallow?
No, it's at this
In
point.
that case,
so-
you have a lot of bonuses coming your way, sir.
God.
I expect to see them in my bank account by the end of the day, Norris.
So, Norris, it honestly kind of sounds like a sales job at that point, where you have certain incentives you have to reach, and almost sounds like a quota.
Yeah, quotas.
No, it's just if you want more money, you do more things. It's like any job.
Wait, what?
That doesn't translate.
That sounds like a conflict of interest right there.
That sounds like a racket.
You have
so wait,
more
As a
responsibilities.
cop,
If you're going to get paid more, you have more responsibilities. You have more things that you have to do. It's not like I'm gonna go stand inside the police department all day drinking coffee and make a bunch of money. That's not how we work.
But it's like job.
So if I arrest more
description, like-
people, would I get paid more if I'm a
No.
cop?
That's how you
Well,
phrased it,
actually,
Norris.
I don't know. If
Whoa,
you're
whoa.
arresting more people because of actual crimes and filling out your paperwork properly, you're showing initiative and doing things. If you speak to that and say, "Hey, I've been, doing this and I've made, this X amount of arrests and
So there is a
they were
quota
all
system.
warranted," it's not a quota system by any means. You're not incentivized to
He
arrest
just
people.
explained what a quota
It
was.
sounds, yeah, that's
Just
exactly.
explain
I'm
it.
saying if you're doing all this stuff and you tell people like, "Hey, I want more
Give him
responsibility.
the old
I want to
rest.
train people."
So
You
you
want to become a
people to
field
do
training
it-
officer. Can I touch base on the first question, please? If you want to become like a field training officer and teach other cadets how to become a law enforcement officer, then you would start making more money
If Cop 1
because
has
you're
like,
taking on more responsibility.
if Cop 1 wrote like 20 tickets in this month, and then like Cop 2 wrote like 100, who's gonna get paid more?
They're going to get paid based on their rank, not by how many tickets they give.
Okay.
You're not
So then how do you
incentivized to
rank
make
up?
arrests.
How many tickets does it take to rank up?
You don't rank up based on tickets. Again, it's not incentivized based on tickets or arrests. It's based on what responsibility you're taking. And when the higher ups see that you're doing a good job and you want to take on more responsibility, they ask you if you want to take on more responsibility. And then in which case you have to do more. More paperwork really is what it comes down to. You're in charge of more people. You have to follow up with them. Like I'm I'm a master sergeant, and I'm only that because I was an FTO. I trained a bunch of cadets. For every cadet that went through the training and accomplished everything that they were supposed to do and became good law enforcement officers, they saw that the one who signed off on all of their paperwork, they tested them and made sure that they were doing it properly, that I was actually doing my job and not just saying, "Hey, you know how to do your job." And when they saw that, then I was told, you're doing a good job. I ranked up to an FTO lead position or a supervisor position. So I was helping other FTOs train their cadets and help them set up, operating procedures for certain situations. And then I got up to an FTO supervisor.
Okay.
So I now supervise the other FTOs and help make new plans and new trainings, new situations, like teaching people how to do, felony stops and everything like that to
Gotcha.
make sure that they're going to be successful law enforcement officers moving forward. So we don't have people with bad attitudes pulling out their guns, not following the laws and rules in the city.
And then, what's with the recent corruption that's going on with the police department?
Do you have any
This
information?
is
I mean,
an
what do you mean
anonymous
corruption?
source. They wish to remain anonymous, but they mentioned how that several officers have shown signs of corruption in the lines of, I think the most recent example I was given was with the recent security theater with the rack of AKs that you guys compensated and posted on Birdie. In regards to that, we were told that the people who owned those guns did not have anything happen to them. What's in regards to that? These are heavy assault rifle weapons from what the list is given. Why wasn't any action taken against them?
I have no information on that particular situation as far as a whole rack of AKs being taken from anybody. But if you were caught with a whole rack of AK-47s, I can assure you you'd be under the jail by now.
Okay.
That sounds
And then
like
what
a threat.
about officers that
That is
are
a threat.
holding
Don't traffic
unlicensed
firearms or I'll arrest you.
Okay. But with certain officers, we've noticed that several officers are also brandishing illegal firearms like SMGs. Like, that's not something that you guys usually do, correct? You
No,
guys don't
absolutely
have.
not. If you see that, again, report it. If you see it, report
Okay.
it. And we need those reports so that way we can handle those situations immediately. We can't just do anything about stuff when people are going, oh my God, that cop just pulled out an illegal firearm. Oh, well. And then go do their thing. Like, what do you expect me to do? If you
But
come down to the police station, I don't care if you put on a mask, leave a note, whatever you got to do to come down and let me know, hey,
okay.
this officer did this. Here's my proof. Took a snapshot on my cell phone when nobody was looking, ran over here. Here's the picture. That's all I need.
But then what about the situation that was on Birdie where you posted pictures of the terror part? I mean, I don't want to touch on this, but I kind of have to now in regards to the corruption. What about the postings with that terrorist that was recently arrested where you were posting pictures of this man's body on Birdie?
Yeah, that was kind of out of taste.
Yeah, no, that was me. He was knocked out at that time. But to let people know, we were doing stuff. We found this guy that was leaving car bombs all over the city and blowing up pedestrians' cars, citizens' cars.
Was
I honestly don't give a fuck
so
about that one.
so
Yeah.
in regards to that, was he not handcuffed already? Because in the picture, it looks like he's already handcuffed. He's clearly no threat to you guys anymore. His hands are behind his back,
Mhm.
and you guys shot him.
That was not the complete situation. Unfortunately, that was I'm at fault for that ending the way it did end. He tried to escape running through the police department. Again, without giving out too many details, what it came down to was he did try to escape. I used a slight bit of excessive force when it got to the end of it because he was handcuffed. He unfortunately did lose his life, and I have to live with that every day. I'm not invincible or away from it. I'm
Mhm.
not, walking away scot-free. I have a lot of restrictions on my own. Certain tasks that I can't perform right now because of it. I did not lose my job, thankfully, but in any other situation like that, like it was a split-second decision. It was a high stress situation. We had been shot at all day by this gentleman. And again, he was a terrorist. He had given up his normal citizen rights at that point and wanted mass murder. He targeted the citizens, he targeted the police department. It was a unfortunate ending to that situation, and I can admit that nobody's perfect.
Okay.
If you don't
But
mind
I
me,
can tell you in the future,
if you don't,
regardless of what you've done,
We have Chris
if
here
you
from
are
Rockford Records. He's also a podcaster with us. He showed up a little bit late to this. Looks like he has something he'd like to say.
if you don't mind me asking, what kind of punishment did you get after shooting the person?
Slap on the wrist.
for shooting the person that was handcuffed, not only was I suspended for several days, no pay, no active duty, had to turn in my equipment, obviously. I also needed to step away from training other cadets until after I could complete my own, mental health milestones to make sure that I was back in the right frame of mind to get back into service. And I had, what was it? I think it was like I still have 3 months where I can't do anything wrong, and in that time, if I do something along those lines again in the next 3 months, then I'll lose my job.
Okay.
It's like a
So
probationary period.
you shot. Okay, let's just put it out there. You shot a person, and don't get me wrong. I don't give a flying fuck about terrorists. Fuck them, But you shot someone who was cuffed.
He was
Do you-
cuffed.
It,
Unfortunately,
was there a demotion or anything like that, or is it just just a few days
I
off?
haven't gotten demoted as of yet, as far as my rank. It's more something that I'm very, very limited on what I can do currently.
They're Internal Affairs Department.
Yeah, the commissioners are all in charge of my specific situation.
Gotcha. Okay.
And the judge as well.
Gotcha.
But
Listen.
this is something that I have to live with every day, and regardless if he was a terrorist or not, nobody deserves to die.
Except for terrorists. All right. I'm just playing. I'm just joking.
It was an unfortunate situation, and hopefully we can handle it better in the future.
And then, in regards to with today's incident, there was someone who was calling a cab, and then a picture of the man behind bars was posted. What's in regards to all that?
I'm not familiar with that.
So, if you look on Birdie here, it was
I do remember that there was a high-speed pursuit from a couple gentlemen in a cab. It led all over the city. They were smashing into civilians.
Excuse me, Mr. Breaking news. Oni just posted on Birdie, and he said things will shift. Do you have any comment about that?
Well, I'm assuming he just found out that one of his terrorists passed away, and I was the cause of it. So, yep.
Well, Mr. Norris, honestly, we don't want to keep you here any longer than what we have to. With if Oni's out here,
you don't want me in your studio.
Yeah, if we're being loud here, yeah, I'd rather not have this place blow up.
Thanks, get the fuck out.
I mean, let's be honest here. A lot of shit here. I don't want to lose it all.
It's a pretty nice building, Mr.
It's totally fine. I don't mind being at 7210 South Boulevard, Del Perro.
Oh,
no.
Oh, okay. Okay, call us out like that.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10 possible people are here.
Yeah,
get him.
Bombs have gone off around my building. I'm used to it at this point.
You know, speaking of bombs, it was that whole there was pictures about it on Birdie. Was that situation related when you guys had a bomb placed in front of your station?
Oh, that's happened on several occasions, actually.
That's a fake bomb.
No, it was real. It exploded.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Jesus.
It was timed.
Yeah, it was on a timer.
Do you guys not have a bomb squad?
Yeah, we have a couple people that are.
They have cadets.
Yeah, there you go, cadets there. Perfect. The perfect cannon fodder.
Yeah, part of their training is to fall on the grenade properly.
We do not.
Did y'all want more cops or not? Because that's exactly how you get not more cops.
Yeah,
that's how they keep their
cadets
turnover
go
going.
Through a 4-phase training system that varies on the cadet themselves. The amount of time it takes them to accomplish all the trainings and goals. It's usually a fairly quick process if you're made for the job. If you just can't get the hang of it, there is a certain learning curve to a lot of things. But if you can't make it in the amount of time, you might have to take a little bit longer. And
yeah, we see that. It seems to be now that we got someone named Reaper saying it's time on Birdie here. Well,
I will be taking my sweet ass out of here.
Yay.
I fucking love this.
And Artist is
round
offering
robin
a
of terrorists we've had.
Would love to talk to Oni. Honestly, I would love to talk to him.
I don't know who Reaper is.
I've never heard of that.
I've never heard of that person
It's
either.
not one of the aliases of the terrorists that we know. So,
maybe Oni's out recruiting more. In regards to that, I wanted to touch on this.
Copycats that want to get their 5 minutes of fame.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to touch on this too in regards. A lot of citizens have, and this might be just word of mouth kind of thing, a lot of citizens feel like they're being targeted as if they are either supporters or even the terrorist Oni in regards to that. Do you just have something you want to say to kind of ease everybody's minds that, hey, or is everybody suspected of supporting a known terrorist of this fine city?
I mean, there's obviously people supporting them because they have have been able to infiltrate the city and move throughout the city undetected for too many times to count. They know the infrastructure, they know buildings, layouts, so they have been told by somebody. Somebody has to be assisting them, and all of that will come to fruition. We will find out. They will be dealt with.
Well, didn't they say like way back on Birdie that they had somebody and they're no longer?
Say again.
They said way back on Birdie that they had somebody and they were no longer.
You keep cutting out at no longer.
Alex, you okay
You'll get
over
it.
there?
Alex just fell out.
I hate it here.
You'll be fine.
God damn it, Norris!
Norris
There
just
you go.
gave her cream pie. She gets right back up. I guess those cream pies are effective.
Magic.
Yeah, Xavier, how could they call in if they wanted to?
Well, they can call in right now on the Yellow Pages app. You can see right there, I've posted, that is actually my number that's directed to the line, so if they call in from that, just look at it's the most recent one, I do believe, on Yellow Pages even right now. That's all they gotta do is call in. If anybody has anything here for Norris or those of us here on the podcast, they are more than welcome to call in. Unfortunately,
all calls are anonymous, right?
all calls remain anonymous.
Except for Oni, man. Oni, give us a call. I want to talk. You know, I
wanna
want to
hear
know
him
what
out.
the end game is. Yeah, I want to know what the end game is. What's the plan?
Unfortunately, when people
What
call
we
in,
doing
especially
here?
on the phone lines, it does not show up the number who's calling it from. So even
Yeah,
if he
man.
does call, there's
It
no
is
way for us
completely
to.
anonymous.
It's
Yeah.
completely anonymous, man.
Because
Just
I,
wanna
Nothing
hear.
can be traced.
I want to pick your brain. I just want to pick your brain.
I've got a theory, but you know, it's just because I watch too many movies.
I just
Really
want to
do.
listen in on what he has to say.
Really
You know, and
watch
that's
too
for
many
anyone
movies.
else as well. It doesn't have to be just Oni. If anybody else wants to call in and chat with us here, we do have Master Sergeant Norris here with us of the SASP. We got myself, Artist, Rooster, and we have Chris now here with us finally. In regards to this,
Whoa, what's that?
Sounds
Fire
like
hydrant.
Fire hydrant got
a
hit.
fire hydrant just got hit outside.
Ooh,
You know, them damn locals can't drive.
That
happens
is
so
something I kind of
often.
wanted to touch on too. Like, is there anything that we can do with these damn locals that just don't know how to drive? Like, I mean, I've had to send in my car. I had to send in my car 3 times the other day to get it repaired at Redline.
Apply to PD. I'll make you a traffic cop.
Oh God.
Oh my! Is there any
Fucking
other solution
enforcement.
besides me getting fucking set up as a cop? For these damn locals?
Yeah. Here, hold on a second. Let me call Superman.
Oh God.
Oh shit, I don't have his number.
Such a smart
it's
ass.
such
Except by
s-
Superman.
God, you're such a dick.
Yeah, I couldn't get a hold of him. I'll try Spider-Man later. He usually gets out at like 1.
Jesus.
No, I mean, there's nothing really we can do. It's be vigilant, be conscientious of how you drive, and watch out for others. You can't trust anybody else on the road. You know.
Well, you know,
have
if
to,
these-
you have to drive defensively.
Yeah, if these damn locals keep hitting my car, I'm gonna have to send it down to our sponsor, Redline, again here to get it fixed. And that's just out down there at Little Soul, folks. If you need your car fixed up or any type of repairs or even upgrades, just let them know. Redline's got you covered down there at Little Soul. I do believe their postal down there is 8144.
Not to be confused with 7210 South Boulevard Del Perro.
Yeah, that's a studio. Let's not.
Please stop, Norris.
Oh,
we
sorry.
don't do
We don't do
Look,
walk-ins.
look,
We do
look,
call-ins. We
look,
don't do
look.
walk-ins.
Here, I've been paying attention to this whole Oni situation, and the more you taunt him, he's not gonna come for us, right? You taunt and you taunt and you taunt. He ain't falling for that. He's got a mission. He's got shit that he wants to do, and I mean that's all
From
there
what we
is to
can
it.
see, he seems to be targeting people
He's
with a lot of money and people with power.
I'm good.
Oh shit,
God
Rooster, you
knows
better
I'm
get out of
saying.
here then.
I
You
mean,
got a lot of money.
No, he
I
doesn't.
got
You talking to me?
No, Rooster.
I don't
Oh.
got a lot of money, but
Hell no.
you know, I got a lot of power in my pants.
So that seems to
Wow.
be this guy's theme, though. He's targeting people with a lot of money.
That seems to be the trend. That
Good
I'm
thing I'm
safe.
homeless.
he seems to be targeting people that have a lot of money. He's looking for corruption in the city, is my guess.
Well, he
Is
ain't
that
got to
why he's
look
going
far.
after-
Jesus. Rooster.
Right there.
That's a
right in the
spicy
open.
one right there.
It's true, goddammit.
You trying to start an argument?
No, I'm just speaking the goddamn truth. You ain't got to look far. It's damn near everywhere. But we kind of, isn't that the point of the city? We kind of just expect a certain level of it and just look the other way. I mean, there's shit we get in trouble for, but I don't know. For the most part, everybody's got a past and everybody's got a little dirt on them. Even Norris admitted that earlier. He's carrying the sin of killing that fella in handcuffs.
Jesus
We
Christ!
don't need to bring
Every
that
day.
back up.
I probably run like 200 lights a day. So.
Could you say that again
Alright,
into
so-
my body cam?
I run 0 lights a day. I stop. at
0
every
lights a
one
day?
of them. 0 lights.
Fuck,
stop
I
at
don't
every
even
light.
drive.
Well, just remember that the city is on a stop and go basis. We just want to make
Yeah.
sure you're being safe and keeping an eye out for other drivers.
And then just
So,
for a friendly reminder for people out there listening, what's the speed limits out in the city? Out in the
Speed
city,
limits
the
is-
interstates, all that.
Is 40 miles an hour in the city and 80
Jeez.
miles an hour on the highway.
Totally
you know,
respect that.
within reason, up to 10 miles an hour past the speed limit, roughly stay around 50 as long as you're driving safely and not crashing into everything, you're most likely going to be fine. But
40 is
if we
quite
see
low.
Yeah, 40 is like.
It's like a snail's pace, honestly.
I mean, considering the
Everybody
locals
respect
are always
that
going
with
about
me.
25, 35, I'll live with
I
it.
was going to say
The locals will pass you if you're
dangerous.
going 40.
Yeah,
The
like
locals
I
turn
said,
into
40,
me.
50 miles an hour is more than fine. 80 miles an hour on the highway. Again, within reason, if you have to pass somebody, there's certain situation. But just drive safe overall, and you'll most likely just get a warning. If I see you whip around the corner, pull an e-brake and slide into Burger Shot and burn your tires out while I'm staring at you, then
Is that a
you're probably
ticket?
gonna get a ticket.
It sounds very, very specific.
you'll
It's
get a
like someone
compliment.
did that here. It's like someone just
They know who they
totally
are.
did that. No one here did that.
Oh!
Yeah, Artie, what are you doing, man? You're the one who did.
Oh.
But actually, thinking about it, what's your last name, sir?
Who, me?
No, right behind you.
So
Chris,
anyway,
he
yeah,
left.
Are you sure,
just don't look
sir?
outside.
What's your name?
Is it
Is it
supposed to be
Chris?
anonymous?
Chris?
No.
Does he drive a
no.
blue Tesla?
Ooh.
Ooh.
Blue Tesla.
Outside.
Somebody got a speeding ticket earlier today.
Oh, you want to talk about your experience there?
How much was it? Chris, how much?
Dude,
It was-
they're overpaying. It's $3,000. Lower the fucking thing.
Wait, he got a
He
wait.
got a
Hold on.
$3,000 ticket, but this is
What
there's
the
specifics to
Rather
this.
take my, I'd rather take
Okay,
my-
let's hear the
Norris,
specifics.
Norris,
Hold up,
back this
folks.
conversation.
Let's hear
Can
the
I finish?
specifics on this.
Okay, because of his normally you can ask anybody. You can have them call in. 9 times out of 10, if I catch you speeding out in the country or something like that, I'm gonna probably give you a warning. I'm gonna tell you to slow it down, knock it off, watch out. There's people driving. There's people walking, and you'll usually get away with it. Not get away with it, but you'll usually
Anonymous
walk away with
calling.
a warning.
Hit that.
Unless I
Anonymous
have
call.
already
Does not show up on the phone if
down
you hit
that I've
that.
given
Anonymous
you a
calling.
warning, and relatively recently, that I'm gonna have to give you a ticket. And Mr. Chris unfortunately had some previous situations.
Might have been on a median like 2 minutes ago.
And before that, he was parked directly in the median of the street, and I pulled up next to him and said, "Hey, what are we doing?" And he was like, "Well, I was on my phone and I'm doing stuff, and I didn't want to be in the way." And I just said, "All right, well, get a move on when you can. Please don't park here in the future." That was
I did get a move on. I
You did
suppose.
get a move on as fast as you could, around a corner.
In my defense,
flying
I just
down.
had bought Vic's Tesla, and I wasn't expecting the 60 to 90.
So
be
I
instant.
drove the opposite direction of where he was facing, went down a few streets, took a left, came down, and he flew past me, and then swung into Redline, which
Yeah.
is the sponsor of this show.
God damn
And
it.
I was gonna
Hey,
say
Look at that! Even our
Redline. They're
guest
the
is
best
getting in
people.
on it.
They're the
And
best
he-
people ever.
and he pulled into there, and obviously I walked up and asked him what was going on. He didn't try to bullshit me. He was very honest and compliant. He's like, yeah, I was speeding. I didn't run. Yeah, I pulled over. So I looked at his priors, and he had
Anyway.
some specific.
We got
things
someone
there.
here saying on the anonymous text line here. Xavier needs a speed limit with all his crashes, and I gotta say, fuck you. I don't need that.
I agree with that anonymous person.
Guys, I'm still kind of taken back by the dollar amount of this ticket.
Okay, so
Yeah.
again,
Dude, that's so
because of his
expensive.
priors on these specific things and multiple warnings, he got excessive speed and the rate of speed.
$3,000?
The rate of speed he was
Bro,
going
it's a
over.
recession, bro. What did you?
He was going
What is-
over
what do you-
80 miles an hour in a.
I might
40.
imagine if I was an 80-year-old man, or how
If
would
you
I
were
bring
80
that
years
up?
old and driving
If you
a
were 80 years
Tesla,
old,
Living
I
on
would take.
living-
I don't care. I don't care what
Bro,
age you are.
you would have
the
took
law
me
is
in.
law.
Bro, this country's dealing with inflation, and you giving out $3,000. I don't care what he did. $3 grand.
I'd rather sit in
$3,000.
jail.
Yeah, absolutely.
Shit, just let him sit in jail.
For real.
There's no jail time for that. It's a speeding
Jesus
ticket. It wasn't a felony
Christ.
speed.
Honestly,
Time to
just
settle
to-
the score. Oh,
You know
God.
what? You catch me and you tell me I got to pay $3,000. I just say take me to jail.
Take
Take me to jail, man. I can't.
I will
Press on the
post that,
gas,
and you'll
fucking-
have to pay it over time if you need to.
I can't afford that.
Sir,
work at
I am in
Rockford
debt
I work at
because of
Rockford
that.
Records
If you can't,
in the cyber
pay,
bar.
if you can't pay the
that.
fine, don't do the crime.
Oh my goodness.
Sir, I am in debt because of you.
womp womp.
Look at him. He can't even afford another scarf. He's got to wear the same one twice.
Oh.
All right, update. Breaking news. Oni said it's time to settle the score.
So can he
What
call
does that
in?
mean?
I'll
Yeah.
probably end up getting shot when I walk outside.
That's what
I
I'm
hope
thinking.
not. I
There-
mean, I
there
would rather
was
not
some
have to
people-
clean up that
honestly.
mess.
I do not want to like.
No, you
offend
make the
guys. There
intern
was-
clean it up.
At this
There
point, I
was
think I'm gonna make the
people
interns
sitting
intern
outside.
right here. Chris, clean it up.
God damn it! I gotta pay my fine.
Yeah, and you got a speeding ticket with a company
what way-
car.
What better way to pay your fine than
Can
to
the
work for the money?
Rooster, are you hiring?
No.
You don't want my pay.
All right.
Your pay.
But overall, on that parking thing, it was very nice. He even said they wanted to play his guitar for me. I refused.
That's true.
Well, if
'Cause
you got
I'll
a
be
guitar
honest with
talent
you,
here, why
'cause
aren't you
I-
working out here with studio with us, huh?
It's
I
lovely.
actually told Vic multiple times before if he ever wanted me to come down and play guitar on one of the shows, I would. I'd be happy to take requests as well. I
Holy
actually
shit.
brought my guitar with me
He
today.
has
You
actually.
have your guitar?
Here's the thing. He played it in the bar earlier today, and it's actually very good.
I was scared of when I was getting out of my vehicle, it would cream pie me.
Getting
And
out. He
did
literally
you-
has shoved cream
I
pies
will
through
shove
the
it through
window
your
of the
window.
car.
Absolutely, yeah.
He doesn't
I
give
will.
a fuck.
I actually tied one to somebody's antenna as well.
I don't know. I thought what Rooster did was better.
Rooster did amazing things before. However, I technically should have probably given him a ticket, maybe a little bit of jail time for some of it, because he
For what?
false,
I didn't-
you falsely called into 911 and left a cream pie at the scene.
No, I did not.
No.
It had to have been you.
No,
He
I
texts you
yeah,
locations.
I will fully
I remember
admit,
that as well. I remember that
I
as well.
did
But I
not.
believe somebody, at least somebody, did
that is not my style.
do an
sir.
anonymous call to 911, and when I got there was a cream pie on the ground.
That
Yeah,
was
that is
not.
not my style.
No.
I still
mean,
think
that
it was
is kinda
hilarious.
funny.
It was
And
funny.
Whoever
And
did
I-
it, yeah.
And I ate the cream pie. So
Like I said, I don't up to it.
Oh, you ate it?
It was on the ground.
it was on a napkin.
Oh.
Oh, God.
Well, good job, Rooster. Clean up the street.
I swear it wasn't me.
That one actually wasn't. I know what he's done. What he did was leave different cream pie related clues all over the city and send Norris patients at each one and see if Norris to get there.
Yeah, there was also little notes saying like cream pie residue. And had to follow this whole intricate laid out plan to find the cream pie.
It was funny.
I
think-
am willing to play a song though. If you have any requests.
Let's hear it.
God
Go
damn it,
ahead.
just play something.
Do anything.
Give us a
Anything.
song. Go ahead.
Hey, Wonderwall.
No, I'm
Wagon wheel.
You should teach me the guitar one day.
Maybe once you pay off that $3,000 speeding ticket, you'll be
Parking
able to
ticket.
afford.
He
Maybe
might
you'll be
charge
able
you
to
to
afford
pay
it.
to learn.
What is he gonna charge me? 3 grand for every note?
Maybe.
Probably.
Oh my god.
Hell
amazing.
yeah. That was fucking awesome. Round of applause here for Norris here, folks. That was fucking
Thank you.
awesome.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
I would suppose I need to get pulled over more often by you.
But yeah, play the guitar during your pullovers. Definitely would just get more people in on that one. How
Yeah,
long has it
might-
taken you
I
to
might
get that
speak.
good, though?
I've been playing ever since I was about 10 years old.
How old are you?
I'm 33 now. As of literally 40 minutes ago. Today's my birthday.
Oh,
Happy birthday,
Happy
Norris!
birthday!
Hey, everybody, give a
Give him
shout out to
fishing for
Norris here.
birthday,
I
compliments.
wasn't.
There you go.
I just realized. I was like, when do I turn 33? And I was like, at midnight. And
You're
that's
now older
46
than
months
ever.
ago.
I'm
Yeah.
just messing with you. I'm just
Hey,
messing with you.
welcome to the middle-aged life of bad backs and fucked up sphincters.
Yeah, actually,
what the fuck,
Nice.
Xavier?
Yeah,
Bro, I'm
no.
43,
Yeah, ask
my
anybody. It's your
sphincter's
30s when you start having some sphincter problems.
Nah, bro. I don't know where
Nope.
you got that from. My sphincter is 100% intact.
my sphincter is fine. Thank you.
I hope so. Damn, that was some good play. So I got another anonymous message here for Chris here. Chris needs a speeding limit too. He gives me 5 heart attacks every time I'm in his passenger seat.
See?
Chris, do you
Oh,
want to
I know
explain?
who that is.
You want to
Sorry.
explain that, Chris?
I would say that next time, don't put your seatbelt on, so you don't have to complain. It's better if you're unconscious in my passenger seat.
Oh my.
So you want to kill your
Wow.
passenger?
I know who he is.
Get a
To
little
be fair, I
ejecto-cedo.
don't get in anyone's car
Ejecto
without
seat.
putting my damn seatbelt on.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't get in any car without putting that thing on, even if I'm
They all
hunched
drive like
over with a bunch of
maniacs.
lead in my chest.
I mean,
You
I'm
ever
making.
drove with Kyle? Jesus
I mean-
Christ.
I would suppose that every time I get in Xavier's car, I expect to end up in the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah, but you would deserve
You
it
know,
at this point.
He's always gonna end up doing that.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Come on, man.
I didn't mean to.
Rein it in.
Norris?
Who's dying tonight?
Uh-oh. All right, so
Not
Norris
even
is
who's
it.
dying tonight. It seems to be Oni himself has, from the sounds of the tweet, he has taken one of the officers hostage. By the sounds of it.
Uh-oh.
Look, I do not. I know this is not the right moment, but Oni, call in.
Oni, come on, man. We need
Talk
to
to
hear
all
from
of
you.
us. We want
Yeah.
to hear.
You also need a spell checker or at least a grammar checker for your tweets, bro.
Rooster. Fuck.
Our hands? You mean our hands? Our.
Hey. Do not grammar
We're
check
not-
the terrorist, bro.
I'm
This-
grammar
this-
checking the terrorists.
No. See, he has bombs, okay?
And he has
Okay.
grammar.
Yeah, and I have proper fucking diction and
I
Who
mean,
needs
you're also
grammar
old.
and dictionaries when you have bombs, though?
yeah, well,
I mean,
Put a bomb in a
Oni,
dictionary.
Oni,
no.
this
If
is
you want me
artist
to be
speaking.
scared of you, show you're smart.
No,
All right.
Oni. This is artist. You can spell. You can say accents that I ask. You can do all that shit. I
God.
don't care. I'm good. Artist
just
is
wanna
good.
hear-
Artist is playing it smart here. He's like, nah, fuck this. I'm not fucking with the terrorists, and I'm
not
just
fucking
sitting
with
here
the
on the
terrorists, bro.
borderline of it.
I'm not fucking with the terrorists, man. You can use there and there however you see fit. You can use where, however you see fit. Just, I'm good. I'm good.
You know,
I was
hitting
always
on grammar
taught
is
if you want
kinda
to be
low.
taken seriously, you
Me and
you-
Rooster hang out a lot. He's the one with
Oh yeah, yeah.
unmelanated skin. So just letting you know.
Oh,
you know?
God.
I'm just letting you know.
Yeah, I am very much not cracker lacking.
I would suppose this is the time what you have to head out.
Oh me? Nah, I'm.
No,
I'm
I
good.
said Dean. Are you
Oh.
All right, guys.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
All right,
It's
Mr.
been
Norris.
fun.
Appreciate you being
Have a
here
great
with
night.
us tonight. Yeah, we appreciate you. You have a good night now. Best of luck. That is unfortunate, though.
Oh God.
One of the
Well-
officers, unfortunately, by the sounds of it, has been taken by the terrorist himself, Oni.
Well,
That
we
is-
haven't confirmed that.
Chuck
That has not
I
been
mean,
confirmed.
based upon that tweet, though, that's very hard. That's a
It could
very,
also
very
be
it
hard
still
not
hasn't
sell.
been confirmed. We don't want to put that information out to the city, you know?
Chuck
Fair,
Norris
fair.
against Oni? That's,
Yeah,
I mean,
Have a
he's
fight
saying
night
he
to end
has
it all.
one of your offices is in our hands now, so it's like,
well, actually, it's
Oh my God. he
You know,
says he's
actually,
on
it's
the
a
podcast.
RN. You are, but anyway.
Wait.
well, this is interesting. He says he's gonna hear on the podcast here soon.
I would suppose we need to
is
keep this
recent.
going for a little.
A little bit longer. I mean, I'm not against that. If anybody has anything they'd like to call in, we definitely can take it. Unfortunately, we do not have Commissioner AJ or Mr. Norris with us right now. Unfortunately,
Good, we have
they,
our Red Line boys.
Well, yeah,
Make
we
sure to
have
go
our
check
Red
him
Line
out.
boys. Go ahead and don't forget about today's sponsor, Red Line Autos, Auto Performance. Definitely one of the top of the line mechanic shops out here in the city. Based down in Little Seoul. Well worth it. I personally know Xavier. He's a great guy, great to work with, and
All of the
honestly,
workers
we
are
had
nice.
yeah,
Also,
no,
if
honestly,
you have
I had-
plastic, if you got some rubber, material, scrap metal, whatever you have, take it on down the red line.
I'll give
definitely.
you a pretty penny.
Don't forget to mention that Rockford was
It
the
was
one that
pretty.
suggested for you to go down. The podcast next up. I guarantee you they'll pay out better with that one. Wink, wink, hint, hint.
Anyway, how is everybody's night going?
Oh, we're just kicking it, having some fun, relaxing out here.
Kicking
It's-
Yeah,
the
we sh-
proverbial Bobo.
We've had
I've
some-
been acting like a jackass and poking at the terrorists.
You know what, Rooster? If you disappear one day, I feel like
Nobody's
we're
gonna be
know.
surprised. Yeah, nobody's gonna be
Right.
surprised.
It's not like it hasn't happened before.
You know, maybe that's a good idea, poking at them, because if you disappear, we know who did it.
See?
Do we?
Not really. I mean,
I mean, he might not reappear, but
I kind of want to talk about that too, Rooster. Do you have any comments on all that whole thing that's going on? Within Cyberbar and all that shit, like what recently happened.
No.
No. I made it very clear that for some reason the events past New Year's Eve are very unclear. I've only got snippets of it, and none of it seems to make any sense. So I can't make heads or tails of it, and I don't want to speak on it for that fact because God knows how it's going to sound to everybody else.
Right, I feel you on that.
He's got lost time. We're trying to help him and figure out like how to get those chunks back, but I don't think that
A good way would be to stop hitting me upside my head.
maybe stop mouthing off.
That's never going to happen.
Damn.
Never in a million years.
Yeah, no.
he was talking shit to the tourists. I don't think.
Yeah, I don't think anything's stopping Rooster at this point if he's talking
I
shit
got
to
no-
an actual terrorist.
Yeah, I got no fucking filter, all right? I was born without one. I just say what I think, and if it's funny, well, then cool. If not, well, so what?
If it adds some context, he mouthed off just like this at our wedding. So
At your wedding.
Oh,
Wait,
your
what?
wedding.
Okay, I gotta hear
No
this.
joke.
Story time now.
no joke, the best man was trying to talk me out of it as I'm walking down the aisle. No
I would
joke.
suppose you've got a bit of a. You broke the TV.
That wasn't it.
I
That
make
wasn't it. That
make
wasn't
no
me.
bones about it.
It was not me who broke the TV.
It was Vic. I'm a
No, that was the
difficult
intern
person.
Vic who broke that TV.
It's the intern.
Yeah, did you know? Vic is now the intern of Rockford Records.
I was gonna say something, but I'm good.
Talk whatever you want. No filter here. I mean, we're letting people talk shit about a terrorist. How much worse can that get?
He's also the daddy of 762.
Yeah, you couldn't stop me if you tried.
All right, somebody tackle him and take his phone away.
Nah.
Yeah, right.
Good luck with that. I don't want that phone. That thing's probably covered in weird shit.
It is. I'm gonna tell you right now.
Probably even got some weird fucking.
sorry.
Oh Jesus,
Oh,
Chris!
Alex.
Come on.
Not mean that.
You really wanna start this?
I mean, she punched me a bunch of time before, so
Really wanna start this?
Not appropriate.
Are we
that you
having a
hit my
fight?
wife.
No fighting in here. This is the podcast room, not the fight room.
Shit, are we gonna have a fight room in the future?
You missed it yesterday already. There was a fight night with the Spartans yesterday, which
I
was.
missed a lot of things in my defense. I was late here.
I mean, fucking
God.
hey, yeah. How much later could you be to your own podcast? But hey, whatever.
Does anybody
I
have a
guess.
bandage?
I do actually have a
Actually,
bandage.
I do.
Oh, all right.
I
You can get
punched
one
her.
from
I
the man
could
who hit you.
use some of them.
I used to.
I give up. I give up.
Why? Hold on.
I give up.
It's fine.
No.
Keep him, Rooster. Keep him, Rooster.
And speaking of fight night,
Thank
you did not do very bad, X. You were in there throwing haymakers, buddy.
Yeah, I tried.
Was that your first fight night?
No, actually, that was my second fight night. My first fight night actually was when it was with the Ballas. So we had the Ballas had their fight nights on top of the Mega Mall at the time, and that was actually my second time. That was actually the first time I ever fought. Never went to a gym at all from the city at all. So I was not feeling it at all, and I took second place.
Okay.
I ended up.
Yesterday, you got to like the final four.
Yeah, no, I got to the final two.
Okay.
It was the best of three, and Kay unfortunately knocked my ass out. She's got one hell of a right hook. You think my haymaker's bad? Holy shit! Don't let her right hook get you. That's for sure.
See, that's the other thing is like Tina will lay somebody out like as fast as she can. She is strong as hell.
Oh yeah, a lot of that isn't even just going to the gym. A lot of that's natural strength. Like it's unbelievable how strong some people get. We are getting a phone call in from an anonymous person here. Let's see who it is. Hello, caller. You are live with us here on Next Up with Xavier Guile, the artist, and Rooster here with us.
So this is the podcast.
Oh, that it is.
Is this my man Oni?
It's gonna be Oni.
What's up?
This is Oni himself.
Oh.
All right. So, what's your plan, bud?
It is
Like,
indeed.
what's the whole
did you wanna ask
master
me?
plan?
What's the whole plan here that you have for everyone here? Like what's the plan? What's your end game?
Everyone.
Everyone what?
Mr. Oni, you still there?
Yeah, can you not hear me?
We okay, now we can. Everyone
I
what?
can hear him.
I can hear him.
Why does everyone believe they're involved, or I'm after them?
You're
Well,
speaking in riddles, my friend.
I would assume that
not.
whatever you're about to do is gonna affect everyone ultimately.
Did you hear me?
Yeah, we heard you. Can you
We-
not
it's
hear
like a
the individuals
50-50.
with us?
No.
Okay, so we're gonna do an alternative here. Hold up. Let's see here.
I'm joining a group call now.
Yep, we're adding everyone into this call that is in this room. So then Oni himself, because apparently for some reason Oni cannot hear everyone here, so we're just gonna add everyone here.
Wait, are you on?
Hello.
I'm here.
Okay, great. You can hear us just fine.
Hey, I was actually able to hear what Oni was saying. He asked why he thought everyone was involved in his plan, and what I said to that was, I assume that whatever you're working on for the people that you're working on that for, like whoever your actual targets are, I feel shit flows downhill, man. We're all gonna end up feeling the effects of whatever you're doing, so I guess we all just feel like we're a target by proxy.
And I can understand that ideal and that perspective of looking at the situation. I can't guarantee you things here for certain individuals or such businesses. I've told my crew that 2 businesses are safe. One, due to the fact of the money they bring in for themselves and the good nature of their businesses. And whatnot. No illegal profanity, stuff like that could benefit myself is there. And those 2 businesses that are safe is Rockford Records is one, which to my understanding is where this podcast is out of, and 2, Cyberbar. Those 2 businesses have full safety, and I can give you that promise.
That's fair, but I think we're thinking on a larger scale, sir.
Right now, that's not my issue or my beef.
Okay.
Concern. I'm dealing with a matter of my own member being taken by the PD and then getting into a radio channel with the PD and being told that he was killed. And then one of the other officers, higher rank assistant commissioner, he went by the name of Powers, said that, no, he's not dead, quickly trying to cover up that. So you know what just happened 2 minutes ago? Do you really want to know? I just went into the prison with my crew, took down the gates, got inside, looked around for our member that has been missing. And last known location and tweet was in PD cells. Mr. Baku's gone. And we went to prison, looked for him, he wasn't there. At all. So I'm starting to believe that he was killed. And that officer that said that was telling the truth. And if that's the case, PD's gonna find out real soon the effects of killing one of my own.
But what's your end goal with all of this? Well, what do you plan on gaining in all this anyway? All of this chaos, don't you have a motive for it all?
Of course. Why do you get up?
I have to pee.
I mean, that's a fair point. You're not wrong. But this is more for the PD. This is what I have to say to them. Why do you do it? Why do you get up? Why keep fighting? What do you believe you're fighting for? For something? For more than your survival? Or is it for the protection of the city? Can they even tell me what it is? Is it freedom? Truth? Peace? Maybe it's about love for their family and a steady supply of income. We all have our own motives and way of making money to supply for our needs. And what we can do for that. At the end of the day, we're only human. And whatever inspires us to do our own task or nature of success comes from our motives and what we went through, what we grew up with, what we experienced, what the pain and the blood that I've witnessed in my life, watching my family be murdered. Hands of feds. There's more and more to a story, to the end goal than just a simple, this is what I'm after. That's always changing depending on how things go. What I find, what I learn, especially with Baku, if I find out he's dead, eye for an eye is an understatement. Every one of mine that's taken, 4 of them will go. But why do they want to keep fighting? They're not going to be able to win. It's pointless. So why persist, putting up a challenge instead of cooperating?
I might be able to answer that for you, honestly, because it's kind of the similar spirit that I have. Go down, swing it. It doesn't matter if you're going down. As long as you get a couple of hits in on the way down, that's what matters. If you get the opportunity to get back up, fuck, you'll get knocked down again probably, but you're going to try and get those 2 more. That's it. I don't know if that's what their answer would be, but that's definitely my answer. I will go down swinging every single time.
And that's what makes a quality individual, a man. A man doesn't sit behind or counter and cower. It's his job to protect, and understanding that that's what the PD's job is. I get that. I understand that they are going to try their absolute best. But at this point, what more can they do? they just tell me if Baku's dead or not, I may be able to work something out with them. But instead, they're gonna play these fucking games. We're gonna have to hold a hostage on a cop at the prison that tries to do something, and they're gonna tell me he might be out of federal prison. Isn't that what I'm sitting at? A fucking federal prison? And then they tell me that he's not there, even though on that radio call with all those higher-ups, I was told that he's dead.
I think without meaning to, Oni, you tapped into the whole point of this entire episode, which was transparency from the police.
Transparency. Such a loose word. How do we know it's transparent or it's a lie?
That's true. It sounds like that's what you're looking for. You're looking for at least some goddamn honesty.
To see proof of Baku's existence. Right now, they're not giving me any proof.
Well, let's see
Baku
if
made a mistake and he's going to jail. That's fine.
let's see if we can get one of the officers in on this here. Would you be willing to speak to one of the officers if we get a hold of them here with this call?
Yeah, quickly. I'm a busy man, so.
Okay, let's see if we can, because I do have one officer here. Let's see if we can get them in.
Well, while we're waiting for that officer, is there anything you would like to say to the city of Los Santos?
Hello.
I'm not targeting any citizens here. They're safe. I'm not gonna just go in the street, shoot one of you down because I fucking feel like it. You're fine. The chaos is great. I enjoy that other people are making it bigger than I need it to be, but it helps me move a little better in these shadows.
Are you saying, Oni, that there are people taking actions that are being credited to you that's not your doing?
Absolutely. I appreciate that. Helps me move around better because everyone's distracted at other things thinking it's me, and then I can go do what I need to do. Absolutely. You know, we got people looking up to me. Wannabes.
I always said a well-organized crime organization would cause trouble on one side of the city while they did what they wanted to on the other.
I wouldn't consider us an organization or a family. We're methodical. We think smarter than these fucking gangbangers. We know how to work. We know how to move. Each one of my members specialize in a specific category of skill set.
It's been said that you are targeting the wealthy. Is that true?
Not necessarily. I'm targeting the vulnerable.
You would further
ones that
elaborate
put
on that?
themselves out there and have such an ego to be needing to be humbled. So targeting some places that have money, I gotta supply certain things, I gotta do certain things, I gotta do things to keep my funds moving, to keep doing what I need to do. I say a business is safe, you should not take that lightly, because I'll be transparent, I already robbed a business. That import shop there, by Pink Cage, that account was all drained, thanks to my hacker. And two of my members sitting with him, protecting him as he did the job.
Wow.
You said we got an officer on the line, Xavier?
That we do. We have Officer Norris, I do believe, with us currently.
Yes,
Norris,
can you hear me? I can hear you just fine.
How we doing, Oni?
Oh, peachy. Living my life. How's your cop doing? The one that was shot down.
He'll be just fine.
Fortunate situation, that wasn't the intent. But sure, we didn't shoot first.
What was the intent of shooting that officer?
We were fired upon. I told my member Omen to go have a conversation. We don't need blood today. And that didn't happen. Unfortunately, blood was spilled. Because at the end of the day, I respect what people do. They have their own ways of living life, their own ways of making money. He's a man on the other side of the playing field. He's got his duty, his responsibilities he's got to be held accountable for. And I respect that. It's just an unfortunate situation. he probably has a family to get to, a life to live, nice comfy bed. As much as what I hate having to do to certain people, I have my own agenda.
And what agenda is that?
You'll see as things unfold. My next plan is going to be quite interesting, and it's going to be quite different.
When can we expect this plan?
There's something, and I will leave you with this, that we all require and we all need, and it's not money. It helps us in the morning, the evening, after a workout. Keeps us energized.
Cream pie, Oni?
What is this guy talking about?
Keep going, Oni. No.
What would happen if something happened to the water supply? People would get sick. It would be less operational because the water isn't clean. Then imports have to come in, special water. Sales go up from those businesses supplying bottled water.
But if you're targeting businesses and whatnot, or if you're targeting the public water supply, but you're a martyr apparently for the public, then why would you target the water supply? That would affect the lowest of the low.
Water supply. Have you guys not been listening? There's this.
I gave a good enough in. I think he figured it out already.
Yeah, I know exactly what it is, and I don't want to say it because you've laid it all out, and economy, man, the economy's going to collapse. You think we got inflation right now? Just wait. If he poisons that water supply, he's 100% right. The price of everything is going to skyrocket.
I hate to interrupt, but I need to warn any citizens that are still traveling. Avoid Legion Square. It looks like we're under attack from a wizard.
Which is great.
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 Well, that's unfortunate.
That's my neck of the woods.
Wonderful.
It's very unfortunate. Them goddamn Harry Potters.
Anything else you got to say? I mean, I'm speechless. This is.
Why are you speechless?
Can
This is
never.
so much.
I've done a lot of interviews. This is probably the most memorable interview I will ever do.
I gotta say, coming away from this, much as I love this city, I'm interested to see how this all folds out. I might be buying one of them Team Oni shirts off of Chris Leader here. $20 goes to him. He'll give you the pre-order receipt, and he'll let you know when you can expect to get that shirt after you give him the money.
Just make sure that if it's bad, make sure that Rooster made them, so it's not my fault.
Okay. I think what they're getting at is the fact that, think of it this way from our perspective, you've been a shadow in the dark. You've been on Twitter, yes, you've been making things known, but it's a shadow coming to not complete light, being able to give
She's
us
cutting
reason.
out for me.
Yeah. You know, I heard it popping too. Basically, you're scaring the shit out of everybody because you're a creeping shadow and everybody's looking over their shoulder.
That's how we move.
Try again. Alex, go ahead and try again.
Working in the shadows is how we go. Other questions?
I don't have anything. Anybody else got any questions for Oni?
Nothing here.
Oni, I asked you to come on the show. I'm glad you did stop by to further clarify what's going on. I really appreciate it, and I'm pretty sure the city of Los Santos, they appreciate it as well. I don't know. I'm speechless. I'm so speechless right now.
I actually do have one question, and I gotta ask this. I have no choice, but I have to ask this. You mentioned that only 2 businesses are not on your list. What about the other businesses? What about the other places? More importantly, what about the other citizens?
I already said citizens are safe. I don't know why people are panicking. We made that very clear. Businesses, we'll see what happens.
But why do those two
be
get a
happening
pass?
to our boys at Redline?
I'll leave it at that.
Well, that is certainly something that's never happened on the show before, folks. I wasn't expecting a terrorist to take an anonymous call from us like this. This is crazy. Completely unheard of. Well, Mr. Oni, do you have anything else you would like to add or let the people of Los Santos know?
Count your blessings.
Heard.
Count
Anyway,
our
fuck you, Rooster. I bet.
count our blessings. That is
Count our blessings. Yeah.
Wow.
Be grateful for what you got. Don't worry
Yep.
about what you don't.
That's it.
Well, that is wow. I really don't
That
know.
was wonderful. That was wonderful.
I really don't know where to take this now.
That's
I
something.
think we
that's
just
for sure.
ended.
About it.
Ended.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
we
we just
can't
ended,
top
bro.
it.
I
gotta
think
say,
that's
I'm
the
kinda
best thing
Team
we
Oni.
have to do at this time. Unfortunately, I think it's best of us. I think it's best that we lock up and end the show currently. Now,
Yeah.
I mean, it's really hard to take anybody at their word in this city. It certainly is odd to hear, but unfortunately, with that, we're gonna be ending it today with a song from Eastside Boy here. He's got us one for us. It's Loaded with a Gun, I do believe is what the title of the song was.
Did anyone hear him just
Loaded, excuse me. Then yeah, definitely stick around, and I hope everybody stays safe out there. This is just unheard of. Wow, I got nothing else to say. We're gonna be ending it with a song, and I hope everybody stays safe out there.
I'll be seeing myself out for a bit.
Did you like the show? Oh my god.
That was so much. To be honest, I was expecting that.
Dude, I hit him up on Twitter telling him to call the show.
Dude, artist, shit, you. But the more
That
I
was
get to know you, the more I like you.
That was so cool.
Look, I know this is bad, but that was actually so sick.
That was really cool.
Nah, I'm pretty sure we stopped. I have to do something really quick, so I'll be back in like a few.
Bro, that was fucking crazy. Oh my god. That was fucking crazy.
That was crazy.
See, I've always learned, man. Always ask. Always ask. It's better to. What do they say? It's better to ask for permit. No, I can never get that shit.
Ask for forgiveness and ask.
Yeah, I was just like, man, call up.